Holy crap, just in time. Not Justin like Justin Yates. I mean like just in time sitting down. That was a terrible joke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, hey, it's Order 42. I'm Rob, and we're here, and we're doing the thing. How are you guys doing? You guys doing okay? No, seriously. How you doing? You tried any new food, new snacks? Maybe there's like some limited time burger or something at, your local burger joint. Huh? Did you try the new one? I did. I mean, really wasn't that new. It was at Whataburger, not Waterburger. Whataburger. And I'm going to need to turn the fan on. It's already kind of stuffy in here. And I just got in here. Some steakhouse burger or something. What, I don't even remember what it was called. But I did try the banana pudding shake. I mean, not bad. I'm just going to say not bad. Oh, the bacon steakhouse double. That's what I tried. It looks like that. I mean, kind of. Honestly, Whataburger is not much for the what do you call it? The appearance, because everything's usually mashed. But anyway, I got the junior or the mini burger, the junior burger, because that's what I realized. I realized that I'm Crohn's boy isn't good for the full size burgers anymore. But I need to get the smaller burger. It's a smaller fry. Still they're still going to give you a 736 ounce drink. That they call a medium. They're still going to give you that, but you medium fry or small fry. Is it medium fry or small fry? Small fry, medium fry. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but it was good. It was okay. I mean, look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'd rather have the sweet and spicy. Sweet and spicy is better. Look, okay. I don't want to start a fight here, but to me, the sweet and spicy burger is the best burger at Whataburger. So it's either that or just the bacon cheeseburger. Yeah, Junior. Now, every now and then, I don't know if this is with anybody else. I know we're starting off weird. We're starting off by talking about food. I just ate. I'm not hungry, but we're starting off talking about food. Okay. Do you ever go, yeah, I'm hungry, but for some reason I just want to get really full today, and so you're like, give me the triple, or the double or whatever. You know what I mean? Do you ever do that? Or is it just me? Because I feel like when I grew up, I kind of think my parents taught me the wrong thing. Like, oh, you need to be like, oh, like when you're done eating and you just want to go to bed. That's the sign of a good meal, is when you everything, your body starts to shut down because it's so tired. There's so much food to work on that your body's just like, no, we're not moving. We're not moving, and we're going to go to, or we might take a nap. And the thing is after I had all my surgeries and stuff and I lost a bunch of weight, I was like, I can't eat that much anymore. But every now and then it's in my head and it's like, no, I need to have the big freaking double burger to be satisfied. When in reality, I'm just as satisfied with the junior. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I know we're starting off weird. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. A little up. I know there's no liquid pole this time. Okay, I get it. The liquid pole is very popular on this channel. It seems like that's the most. It's like people just get excited about I don't know why. Maybe because it's something different. It's like, hey, will Rob just shut up for a minute? Maybe that's it. But anyway, yeah, no liquid pole this week. All of my tanks are still full and there's still liquid to be vaped. So I don't like cleaning out a tank unless I'm done with that. And I actually thought that the blueberry donut that won like a couple of weeks ago, I thought this was going to be a no-go because there's still like you've got the blueberry donut flavor, but there's something else in there that's just not quite right. But guess what? A couple of weeks later, it tastes pretty good. So what are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna do? And it's on the kind of a lightsabery looking. And no, I don't need the jokes about, robot things, robot junk. Oh, you just want to suck robot junk. No. No. Anyway, why don't oh, you know what? Look, we're going to get caught up, but this is a great question from someone I don't know if I've ever seen you here before. Starlight 2025 F7K, which is a hell of a name. I'm just going to say it. That's a hell of a name. That's a lot. But welcome. I don't know if I've seen you here before, and maybe it's because YouTube changed all your names, and sometimes the names don't match up to the way they used to be. But hey, welcome. Good to see you. What if you skipped breakfast or lunch and just had a triple burger? Would you still be full or not? Here's the thing. Because of my situation, I have about this much. I'm not going to get too far into detail because it's kind of a long, gross story. But I have about this much of my large intestine left, which means that food makes its way through my system pretty quickly. And the reason, so basically, say anybody else, your food that you eat will be in your system for, depending on how much you eat, of course, between 12 and 24 hours. That's how long it takes your body to absorb everything and get all the water out and all the nutrients and stuff and form a poo. And then it's time to do the thing. Get that out of here, right? Usually it's now I know there's going to be people that are like, I don't poop for 7 days. There's something wrong. Okay? There's something completely wrong with you if you go 7 days without pooping. You need to do that because, it's your body's way of telling you, hey, this is poison and I need it out of here. You should get rid of that. Anyway, 12 to 24 hours. Me, it's in between like a 4 and 6 hour turnaround because I don't have a large intestine, which means I need to eat sort of heavy duty stuff, high protein, high fat, because if I don't, I will feel terrible. Because it's like my body has to absorb as much as possible before it makes its way out because there's not a whole lot of large intestine in there. It's also why I get dehydrated. So for me, if I skipped breakfast or lunch, I would be like, I would just be, it feels like almost like the worst flu. So basically I need to eat smaller meals more often, if that makes sense. So that's probably way too much explanation for that kind of question, but I saw it and I thought, you know what? I should probably answer that. So for me, no, I have to eat. I don't usually eat breakfast, but I usually eat lunch and dinner and all that kind of stuff and maybe have, small snacks throughout the day. But yeah, 4 to 6 hours, which basically means that I have a more immediate reaction. So if something is not good for me, I know within 4 to 6 hours. 12 to 24 hours, you might forget. You might like, I don't remember what I ate that made me feel like this. I don't know. No, for me, it's like, oh, that's lunch. That was causing me an issue. You know what I mean? Just saying. It's just the way my body works. Anyway, hey, let's catch up in the chat because there's probably way too much to catch up on. But first off was Justin Yates, man. Like out of the gate, like I would literally hit begin or set up stream, and then it opens up the chat, and I started typing in the poll. Justin's already in. It says, first, I'm the winner. I love movies the most. And I almost read it. I love movies the moist. And I know there's a lot of people that don't like that word moist, but it's a word. and it's not that big of a deal. But hey, good job, Justin, on being first. Good job. And welcome and hi. And then Rufus said, stupid poll was in my way. I thought I was first. Well, Rufus, you weren't. So, you weren't. But welcome to both of you. Ninjinzu, hi. Welcome, sir. There's, money and basketball. I don't know what that means. I'm not big on the sports ball. And then I've got this dude out here riding around, being all loud. I'm getting old, man. And when you get older, you're like, you damn kids with your, whatever. Anyway. Rufus wasn't first. I am first. Rufus doesn't love films as much as I do. Also, I watched the first 20 minutes of the new Silent Hill movie and it was hot garbage. I could have told you that. I don't know. I've never seen one of the Silent Hill movies and I've never watched. I'm not big on horror games in general and horror movies in general, but if a game is getting a lot of attention, still riding around, idiot. Usually I will, maybe watch a little bit of a playthrough or a let's play, you know what I mean? But I've never watched anything Silent Hill. And funny because Rufus said, hold on a second. Four-wheeler. It's a four-wheeler. And it's two young girls. Can't be safe, but whatever, Whatever. Back and forth, up and down the street. So annoying. Anyway, sorry. Only for faithful camera angles in the introduction. Look, here's the thing. Hey, Silent Hill, love the first movie, Starfalk said. Hello, Starfalks. And then Justin said, yeah, the first Silent Hill was great. Don't listen to Rufus. He only watches Korean horror films and punk music documentaries. Jody B, welcome, sir. Good to see you. I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing okay. And KP Senti, wow, hi, welcome. Maybe I'll walk to Whataburger later this week, like getting junior sizes for all the burgers. Yeah, it was never a thing for me. I usually always got, because I was, I was kind of a big guy. Now it's like, I just don't feel well if I eat too much. So it's just one of those things where, that's what I do. And then Shozama said, just had a schnitzel with mushroom sauce and fries with lemonade. Wow, that sounds decadent. But I will say that the banana pudding is good. It is tasty. That banana pudding shake is tasty. I mean, it basically just tastes like, honestly, it's like a vanilla shake with a little bit of banana, flavoring in there. Up and down, up and down. I don't know if you can hear it. It's so annoying. Whataburger is just a Burger King knockoff. Ooh, you're going to start some fights in the chat. Honestly, to me, every burger chain is so different that I don't really see that much of a thing. It's like Burger King is its own thing. And honestly, when Burger King is on, they're one of my favorites. But honestly, all the Burger Kings around me suck. So I just don't go. So you're hungry for fries? Sorry about that. And yeah, the sweet and spicy is awesome. Ninjinzu said the Super Mario movie was mid at best. That's one of those weird things. It's a critic-proof movie. If you look at the critic rating versus the viewer rating, I guess you could say, on Rotten Tomatoes. It's crazy. It's like a 41% critic, 90 something percent viewer. And you know what? That's just the thing. I seriously want to put a tire thing out there, and just say, stop it. Just stop it. But I can't, there's nothing I can do about it. I don't understand it. I don't understand that thinking of this isn't a freaking farm, okay? This is a neighborhood. Knock it off. There they go again. There they go again. Anyway, yeah, I mean, the Super Mario movie is like, I when somebody says I loved it, I totally get it. Because if you're a huge Nintendo fan, there's probably a lot of things that you're like, oh yeah, that's so cool. But I need a story, and I think I said 2.5 out of 4 is what I would give it, or 6 out of 10. Like, I was never bored watching the movie, but afterward it's like, wow, that was literally like eating cotton candy for an hour and a half. Yeah, it's good while you're eating it, but when it's over, you're just like, oh, that was it? Oh, okay. So, I don't know. Too full last night. Had to release some extra food. I know what you mean. Couldn't sleep. That's a thing. And Movie High Club, welcome, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. We always end up back here. Poop, always. Rufus, look. Poop in Texas. Poop death in Texas. Cosmo, welcome. Good to see you. Just got here, yes, after 4 days without taking a dump. You need to. And I have special foods. Here's the thing, man. I was always, once, maybe twice a day. I wasn't like, it wasn't crazy. But now it's like, dude, it's a good day if I only have to go to the bathroom 3 times a day. And it's just because of how my body works. It's just one of those things. It's fine. Top 3 best fast food items at any restaurant. Okay. My favorite. Well, I'm gonna say my 2 favorites that are as far as I know, no longer available at either establishment. Okay. But these are like, when I think of my top fast food items, these 2 top everything. Number 1, the Western Whopper at Burger King. And it's just a regular Whopper, but instead of American cheese, it was cheddar cheese. They added bacon, and alongside the mayonnaise, barbecue sauce. And they used to do 2 for $2 on those things. Yeah. Back in the day when I was young and could eat, boy, I would get 2 of those. Awesome. Awesome. So for me, I still recreate the Western Whopper like at almost every place I go. Like if there's a place where I can really reliably get what I want, that's what I'm getting. Because at Muya, I don't know if you guys have Muya where you are. At Muya, I get the cheddar bacon burger with pickles and then a side of mayo. And I put a thin, I'm telling you, just with the barbecue sauce, a thin layer of mayo. Man, it sets it off. It's great. So that's number 1. Number 2 is again, no longer available, the Santa Fe beef chalupa at Taco Bell. And it was basically a corn and black bean salsa they would put on there, and then a spicy, I don't know, almost like, I don't know what kind of sauce it was, but it was like a Southwestern sauce. And it was great. On just a regular old chalupa, and it was badass. Loved it. And they got rid of it. Now you can only get a Supreme chalupa. It's all right, but man, the Santa Fe beef, man, it was awesome. And then my 3rd favorite item is probably the sweet and spicy at Whataburger. It's that good. So those are my top 3s. That's my top 3. Now, if we were going current, I'd probably put the sweet and spicy first, and then maybe, I don't know, probably a double animal style from In-N-Out, and then maybe the chicken fingers at Raising Cane's with the cane sauce. But there you go. YouTube didn't even notify me, even though it's set to all. That son of a... Anyway. I'm a fan of moist movies. Oh boy. Oh boy, Justin. Second place is the first loser. That's correct, Rufus. You're the first loser. And no, I didn't want to fight anybody. I just wanted to see who it was. Because there seems to be two people in the neighborhood with four-wheelers that just like to go up and down the road. And it's so annoying when you're trying to watch a movie, if you're, whatever, it's just annoying. And I'm just like, I would never do that. I live in a neighborhood. This isn't a place for four-wheelers. One day, they're going to round a corner. Somebody else is going to be rounding the corner because there's a corner pretty close to me where there's a lot of traffic. I just hope nobody ends up getting freaking hurt. Is what I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Somebody needs to not be hurt. And it's annoying. But anyway. What if they have PPE? I'm not sure what that is. I feel like I should know what that is, but I'm not. Four-wheelers are perfectly safe. Nothing wrong with that. I stopped getting... Yeah, but they're children. These are clearly not... These are not of age kids riding around on these four-wheelers. And they're loud and annoying. And it's when these people freaking next door freaking moved in. I don't know. I stopped getting the triple meat, triple cheese, and now I get a single or double and feel way better. You posted it in Food and Stuff? Shozama posted it. Schnitzel with mushroom sauce, fries, and lemonade. I mean, look, that looks pretty damn decadent to me. Wow. Just wow. Just wow. Tasted like a banana shake. It was nice. Yeah, it was just a banana shake. That's really all it is, It's weird how Burger King has better food, but I always prefer McDonald's. McDonald's, I haven't gotten anything regular from McDonald's in a while. Like, I always do the what do you call it? The McSmash. Double cheeseburger, spicy McChicken. Take the bottom bun off the spicy McChicken, slap it on the double cheeseburger. So it's double cheeseburger and chicken. I don't know what it is, but that's the only thing I want from there now. I don't know. It's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong, the visuals were awesome and the sound, but I think the first hit harder. Ninjinzu, you're absolutely right. And it's because there's no story. There's just no story. And in fact, I see Beat 'em Ups is here, or he was here. He may not be here anymore because, he's busy. And that's fine. But he said it in his review over on his podcast. He was basically saying it's like a collection of scenes. It's almost like it's not AI. It could be. Actually, the script could have been AI. Nobody really knows. But it's almost like, okay, what are the cool scenes we want in this movie? And now how do we connect them? Do we need to? No, not really, because there's certain scenes that just sort of end and then another scene starts and you're like, well, how did they... Doesn't matter. You just go with it. And honestly, like I said, I was never bored during the movie. But it's not... It doesn't have any lasting effect to me. So, like, I don't need to see it again. Like I don't need to buy this one. Like, I bought the first one because I had a good time with it. But this one, I don't know. I don't know. Are the critics for kids movies kids? No. These are regular grown up, I almost said grown ass adults, but I guess that's pretty much grown up adults, grown ups. They're regular reviewers. Like, they would go review, Anora, but this week they're reviewing Super Mario Brothers. or Super Mario Galaxy movie. I'm sorry. Don't want to get the name wrong. Yeah. So, no, they're not kids. Let me enjoy my four-wheeler, Rob. Damn it. Hey, look, here's the thing. I'm okay with you enjoying a four-wheeler, but going up and down a neighborhood street, like there is nowhere around this neighborhood where a four-wheeler really makes sense. They're just riding their four-wheeler up and down the street, and it's just annoying because it's loud. I don't know. Am I wrong? Grab a stack of DVDs and throw them at them. Girls gotta learn. Nah. Okay. You want to throw a basketball or whatever they were throwing at my garage? Yeah, that stops there. You're just being loud and you're not, like, there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just like, really? How fun can it? I mean, I guess it is fun when you're that age. Just, I'm going to drive it down the road and then I'm going to drive it right back and then I'm going to drive it right. It's like, I don't know. No, there are no teen critics. I mean, there might be some YouTube channels that are big enough to be considered for Rotten Tomatoes for the critics. That might be like teenage kids or whatever, but I would estimate that at least 95% of the critics are going to be regular adults that review everything, or anything that they're, invited to, because I think that's how most of them work. They're by invite only. So no, it's not, they're regular people. You hope it's good, Starlight? Well, here's the thing. This is one of those movies where if you see the trailer and you go, ooh, I want to see that, then go see it. The worst that can happen is you go, wow, that was really pretty and actually kind of entertaining, but there wasn't any story. That's pretty much the worst case scenario. But if that doesn't bother you and you just want to see cool things happen, I mean, I can't tell you not to watch it, It's kind of how I look at it. You watched the Cotton Candy Mario Brothers movie, but never the first Silent Hill film? How dare you? Well, again, not my thing. The Mario Brothers movie, the first one and this Galaxy one, they both appeal to April. And anytime I can get April to the theater, we go. And I don't care if it's a movie that I'm going to watch or that I would watch regularly. I can honestly say that neither one of those movies would have been something that I would have gone by myself to watch. That's just how it is. But hello, beat 'em ups. Good to see you, sir. I go multiple times a day. It's amazing if it's once or twice and quick. I feel you. Yeah, well, not me. Not anymore. Not anymore. Johnny Flip Switch. Welcome, sir. I don't know why I did that. But hello. Good to see you. That burger sounds amazing. Yeah. It was the Western Whopper was good stuff. I see a Rob Solo Drive rant podcast about these neighborhood kids back in the day. Battlefront games feed into the hate, Rob. It gives you focus, makes you stronger. Am I right, Bucho? And I don't think, is Bucho here? I don't know if Bucho's here. Did you see Speed Racers coming back to theaters in 4K? Yes. I mean, I have the limited edition 4K on pre-order because I'm that guy that's been championing Speed Racer on 4K disc for years, and now we're finally getting it. I do want to see it in the theater because I didn't see it in the theater on its original run. I didn't see the movie until it was on, I don't know if I rented it, if it was on cable, whatever. But when I saw it, I immediately watched it multiple times, and I've seen that movie. I'm trying to think of how, like, a rough estimate. If you've been around the channel long enough, you might know that I'm a big fan of Inception, and I saw Inception many, many times. I saw it twice in the theater, and then bought the Blu-ray when it came out, watched it multiple times. I have the 4K that I've watched a couple times, but I've watched that movie so many times, it's kind of dumb. Speed Racer is right along there. And this is back when I wasn't, like, I was less adventurous in my movie watching, I would literally watch the same movie over and over and over. And Speed Racer was one of those. And it's just because that movie spoke to me, you know? And I loved the energy. I loved the cheesy comedy. I loved everything about that movie. I haven't seen it in probably 5 years. So I'm really interested to see it again with this new transfer and the new updated Atmos track and all that stuff. So ooh, holy crap. Miss Samuel, hello. Good to see you. But Beat 'em Up says, in Australia, Burger King would do a Malibu Whopper in the summer, had a ring of pineapple on it and a special sauce. I miss it. Dude, I'm going to tell you, pineapple on a burger is awesome. I think I've told this story multiple times, but there was this place in Plano, which is roughly an hour away from me. But it was kind of like, you know, the sort of the uppity part of, it's kind of like Dallas, and then Plano's above it, and it's sort of like more uppity. Plano and Frisco are kind of like the more like, oh, the rich people live in Plano and Frisco, kind of upper middle class, maybe, whatever you want to say. Anyway, there was a place at this mall in Frisco that I used to go to all the time, and I actually worked not in the mall but outside the mall at Sprint. Back when Sprint was still a thing. But anyway, there was a restaurant, and I can't remember the name of the restaurant because it's gone now. It was a one of one, and it was kind of like Outback in a way, where it was kind of like Australia themed, but they had a very Australia kind of menu, and they had this burger called the Rip Snorter Burger. And it had, I mean, it was a double burger with cheese, and I mean, I'm pretty sure it had lettuce, tomato on it, but it also had a beet, as in B-E-E-T, beet, a ring of beet. I don't know if it came from a can, but it was a ring of beet, a fried egg, a pineapple, bacon. I mean, it was a huge, massive burger. And people kept, you know, like we went there once. It was me and a group of people, and I can't remember where I was working at the time. But they were like, oh, you should try it. You should try it. You should try it. And I'm like, I'm getting it. I don't care. I'm getting it. And it was amazing. So pineapple on a burger? Yes. Fried egg on a burger? Yes. A beet. The beet added a really interesting flavor to, I mean, it was awesome. It was an awesome burger. And like I said, the place is gone now. So I can't even go get it. But wow, you know? Wow. It's good stuff. Yeah. You let me worry about the corners, Rob. Well, I'm not worried about the corners. I'm not worried about any of the adults doing it. It's the kids running around. Because here's the thing. For whatever reason, there's, I think, like down this street. Okay, so it's basically kind of like you come in and then it kind of curves around. And then here's where I live. And then it kind of curves around again. And then it splits, right? So it's kind of a, like, and it splits. I'm pretty sure that they're down the street from me. There are these teenage kids that come by in their cars really fast, way too fast. And they do it all the time. In fact, there was I don't know who this was, but it was a really, really nice, I want to say it was a Charger, but it was like that Skittle green, you know, that really, you know, Yoshi green kind of color. It was awesome. But it was also a real, like, I knew, like, every time he drove by, I was like, oh, that dude in the Charger. Like, almost every day, you know. But they're going way too fast anyway. But then you combine that with kids running around by themselves on these four-wheelers. Dude, it is a recipe for disaster. I was going to make up something. I'm not going to. I was going to say, as my old schoolmaster used to say. Nobody told me that. Nobody said that. But it is. It's like, you want to combine two things that's not really good? Yeah, teenage drivers and underage kids on a four-wheeler. Yeah, in a neighborhood. No. It's gonna be problems. It's gonna be problems. So there you go. Protective gear. Well, they have protective. I mean, they have a helmet on. But if somebody comes around a corner They're wearing shorts, t-shirts. PPE is not going to matter if a car comes barreling down, around that corner. It's not going to help. You know what I mean? I've been riding four-wheelers since I was like 4 years old. Age ain't nothing. I mean, I'm just saying. Personal protection equipment, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. AI? Beat 'em up? Dude, is there an AI beat 'em ups? Okay, I'll just say this. If there was a beat 'em ups AI where I could talk to it and it could say funny things to me and everything in Wood's voice, I think that'd be great. Wood, you should get on that. I'll pay $49.95 a month for the beat 'em ups AI. And, have it be a real AI that can answer questions and stuff, but it's in your voice. I think that'd be awesome. Hey, just an idea. Who's going to be the first? Who's going to be the first celebrity AI companion or whatever you want to call assistant? You should be able to skin those. Just like there's for a while there was a what was it? Garmin used to do all the celebrity voices for navigation. They should do that for AI. Okay, I want to use this AI, but it should be in the voice of Leonard Nimoy. You could probably train an AI to be Leonard Nimoy because there's plenty of of his voice out there. But you know what I mean? Like, you could do anything. Spock. Or you could have characters, And that could be a licensable thing that could be awesome. It could be fun. I mean, why not? Right? There's money to be made. There's money to be made, Wood. Get on it. Do it. You have the ability to make something like that happen. You should do it. Rob the Goat. Mike's Film Fix, hello, welcome. I don't know about that. I'm not really a goat kind of anything. I'm the, how like when you see, okay, the Super Mario movie, you come out of it and you go, well, I mean, it was a movie. Yeah, that's me about everything. Oh, I'm a guy. I'm the guy of this moment. Of all time? I don't know about that. But I appreciate it. Welcome. Good to see you. And then Ninjinzu said, Johnny said, I had the big arch from McDonald's the other day. It was pretty good, better than a Big Mac. And then Ninjinzu said, big arch is so good, but it was a one and done for me. Two quarter pounder patties is a lot for me. I agree with that. I'm not a Big Mac guy. So the big arch was like, okay. I was interested to see what it would be like in a typical quarter pounder setting, I guess. Not for me. I'm not a big arch guy, but that's okay. That's all right. Okay. You can like what you like. See, me, I would rather just get a double cheeseburger and a spicy McChicken and do the whole. That's what I usually like. If I go to McDonald's these days, which is, it's still pretty rare. And I'm not going to lie. I still like McDonald's. I'm one of those guys that I don't stick my nose up at fast food. I like fast food every now and then, Sometimes you just want, a crunchy Taco Bell taco. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. But for me, that's what I get. Hot and spicy McChicken, double cheeseburger, small fry, large Diet Coke, no ice. That's what I get. It's my order. That's my order. You want to bring me food someday? That's what you get me. Anyway. People ride bikes in those areas too. Same danger. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But, I don't know. Old man yelling at the neighbor kids again? I mean, you're not wrong. Okay? Nobody's wrong here. Okay? Here's the thing. It's true. It's true. I am an older guy. I don't consider myself an old man, but I am an older gentleman. Especially if what I need is a scarf or an ascot, but it's too hot in Texas for that. Okay. But yeah, I don't like it when kids don't respect my area, you know? I don't see what's and yeah, dude, it's bad enough that I live next to or kind of close to an airport. So yeah, I've got planes flying over my house all the time. Dude, my ears feel hot. My ears like super. Maybe it's just because I'm getting too riled up. Maybe I need to cool off with some nice, cool Lipton iced tea. Or Louisiana, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's iced tea. Yeah. Let's see, where am I? He's mad at me riding my four-wheeler in the neighborhood. Stop, Fox. You're not riding your four-wheeler in my neighborhood. And if it was you, I'd be like, hey, what's going on, man? That would be it. But you're not. It's somebody I don't know. And when it's just like you know, if your kid does something, I mean, for those of you who have kids, right? If your kid does something, you're kind of like, would you knock that off? But if you see another kid doing it, you're kind of like, eh. Or it's the other way around. Your kid does something and you're like, it's no big deal. But then you see some other kid doing it. You're like, hey, especially if they're doing it on your property. Get out of here. Get out of here. You know? You can tell us not to watch it, actually. I believe in you, Rob. No. Because here's the thing. It's the same with education these days. I am tired of people trying to tell people what to think. No. My channel, when I review a movie, it's just, hey, this is if you can understand who I am and what movies I like and dislike, then you can understand, hey, I can trust this guy for movie reviews. So if he says it's good, hey, I might like it. Or the other way around. I don't like this guy. But you know what? I know that if he likes it, there's a good chance I may not like it. And that's why context matters. This and this don't mean shit. Sorry. I don't know why I'm cursing at 7:42 on a Tuesday. It's too early to be cursing. You know? It's order 42 after dark and it isn't even dark yet, you know? But what I'm trying to say is it's all about context. It's why. Why does this movie not like why do I not like this movie or why do I like this movie? And you can take that information and make your own judgment. I'm not going to tell you to not watch it. Just like I'm sure there were people that liked that Crow movie that came out a couple years back or last year or whatever. There's probably people out there that like it. But I'm going to tell you why I didn't like it. And those are the reasons. So there you go. 20 copies of Perfect Dark for Game Boy Color. Anybody have any indie recommendations? Preferably Game Boy DMG, but color is cool too. Why did you need 20 copies? I got that there 4K Speed Racer Collector's Limited Edition pre-ordered. That's right, Star Fox. You did. And I'm proud of you. Did you pre-order that Kurosawa collection? Because they sold out of it on Diabolic. And Orbit still had it last time I checked. But then I was like, why am I even looking this up? I'm not buying it. I can't buy it. I mean, I could buy it. But it's one of those things where it's so stupid, you know? And it's like, there's only one movie in that whole collection that I don't already own. And it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make financial sense to go, I like that box. Even though I've totally done that plenty of times. You know, but it's just one of those things where it's like it's $200 for 8 movies I already own. Only one of them I don't own. So it's tough. It's tough. But anyway, yeah, like just that one, I could have bought the $25 standard edition, but I bought the $60 limited edition because I love that movie. And I feel like I need to own the special edition of that. But anyway, I probably still didn't need to do it. How about apple slices on pizza or apple slices on a burger? I've never heard that before. That's interesting. Here's my thinking, okay? Apples are much more dense than, say, the pineapple. So that seems like that would be a lot to bite through, either setting. But if you cooked it enough to where it got soft, that could be interesting. I've never thought about doing that or tried that. I wouldn't be upset to try it. I'll try just about anything. Okay? I'm that guy that I'll try just about anything. And when I first tried, and I know there's a lot of people, pepperoni, pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Friend of mine ordered a pepperoni, bacon, pineapple. And I'm like, that sounds terrible. And he says, don't knock it till you tried it. You ever tried it? I said, no. And he said, well, you need to try it. And I tried it and I went, oh crap. That's like the best. Seriously, that was the best delivery pizza I've ever had. That combination of flavors is amazing. And I get it. If somebody doesn't like it, I get it. But it works for me. I love it. It's great. Great. Last time I tried a Rip Snorter burger was at Burger Schmurger in Dallas. It wasn't for me, but I tried it. I've never heard of that. Huh. The last time I ripped ass was an hour ago. Thank you, Cosma. Keep us updated. And Melvor, welcome, sir. Welcome. By the way, I saw Mr. the Melvor today. Or Mr. the Great. Anyway, I saw Melvor today. And because he had told me that he had gotten me a birthday present. And I was like, dude, you didn't have to do that, you know? But holy crap. A kingly gift. I will show it. I will show it in a bit. But holy crap, thank you, sir. Holy crap. I provided my likeness to a producer to have a character with my AI voice. It's weird. I've been offered to voice it live, but I'm never available. A guy, okay, way to undersell. I am just a guy. I am just a guy. Simple. I only eat fast food once every 2 weeks. I wish I had, I mean, honestly, I've done that plenty of times, right? Where I'll just eat stuff at home, and because I'll make sandwiches. I'll, have maybe a little sausage and eggs thing, make little tortilla wraps. And I mean, I do all kinds of stuff. Okay. But if given the opportunity, I would go eat a fast food something once a week. I don't see anything wrong with that. And especially high protein, high fat guy. And I need that. And every now and then it's nice to have, something where I can go, I can eat that and feel fine afterward. And it won't make me feel like crap. That's the thing. I will say that is the best thing about In-N-Out. I know there's a lot of people, especially in Texas, that don't like In-N-Out. They're like, oh, the fries suck or whatever. The difference is I can go have a double animal style at In-N-Out with fries and a drink, and I don't feel like I need a nap. And it's not like a huge burger either. It's like the perfect size. I love it. I love In-N-Out. To me, In-N-Out, I would probably altogether, I'd rather eat at In-N-Out than Whataburger, McDonald's, any of the other fast food burger places. We're not counting Shake Shack, and we're not counting Mooyah. Other than that, In-N-Out is my favorite. The problem is the In-N-Out is just far enough that it doesn't make it worth it. I can't go get it and then bring it back because the fries get all nasty by the time you get back. I like eating at a place. Are you like that? I don't know. That's how I am. So, I'm going to put a beer can on my bike tire ride and ride by your house. Do it. You can do it. It is America, after all. So, just saying. Louisiana Tea needs to be a sponsor. Well, I think it's Louisiana. I mean, you're right. I drink tea every stream. And usually I'm done with it by like 7:30, but I'm a little behind. It's great. I get my caffeine, and it's basically a water product. So it doesn't make me. It might be too much information. That's why I don't drink Cokes a lot. Because it goes through your digestive tract. And it's just liquid. You can guess what happens from there. So there you go. Respect my authority. Glenn Harris. Welcome, Glenn. Good to see you, sir. I mean, let's be honest. What else could you do to make a Mario movie great? I feel like it did its job. Just a fun time. I didn't go for the story for a Mario movie. I just wanted to relive my childhood. And that is, dude, absolutely valid. Absolutely valid. But my thing is like, I don't know. And this is where it gets tough doing a review for a movie like that, because I am 100% aware of that exact thing right there. And that's, to me, that is 100% valid. There's nothing wrong with seeing some of your favorite characters do something in a new format. There's nothing wrong with that. Me, I'm not like a big Mario guy. Like I've played a lot of the Mario games, but I usually want something with a little more meat on the bone. And it's because I want to believe in the characters. Like Mario's, I mean, it's an odd game, right? Story-wise, there's not a whole lot of story there anyway. But like that's why I like The Legend of Zelda. It's why I like Metroid, because there's a story. The gameplay is framed by a story, and the story keeps me going and keeps me coming back. I want to relive those moments of the story that are like really cool. You know, that's just the way it is. I've always gravitated towards those kinds of games. It's why I'm not what you would consider to be a gamer, is because a lot of games are literally, hey, do this really fun thing over and over and over until the end of the game. And yeah, you might get a new ability. Oh, I can jump with the spin. Oh, I can put on a helmet with a little spiky thing on top, and I can dig into the ground. Woo! I need more than that. Me personally, I need more than that. There's nothing wrong. And that's why I will never, like, if somebody says, "Hey, I'm not into movies, I'm into games." I'm like, dude, I understand. I don't work that way. I just never have. That's why I like a lot of different games where people are like, "Oh my God, this game is amazing." And then I play it and I go, "Yeah, it's amazing for me for like 30 minutes and then I'm done." And I just want to go do something else, you know? But that's me. I grew up on movies. Like movies were my diet, you know? Where you were probably playing video games, I wasn't playing a lot of video games. I was watching a lot of movies. And it was like that was my love, you know? So, there you go. So it's just like, for example, the Legend of Zelda movie that's coming out, that should not be just a collection of scenes from the games. That should be a story linked to some linked. That should be a story with things from the game that you go, "Oh my God, that's the thing where he does the thing. Oh my gosh, that's cool." You know, or whatever. He does the little spinny thing. Whatever. But it shouldn't just be a collection of moments. It should be a story. And that's what I loved about Breath of the Wild. Even though a lot of people were like, "Well, the story sucked." Well, not everybody got all the memories. If you get all the memories, all of a sudden you're like, not only is the game really, really fun to play and cool to play, like you feel like a badass when you're Link. You know, when you jump backwards off a horse, you go into slow-mo as you're pulling your bow, your bow and arrow out. Come on. That's awesome. So yeah, you feel like a badass when you're playing it. But then all of a sudden you start finding these memories and suddenly the whole world has context. There's context for everything. There's holes in the mountain where this energy beam went through the mountain and you're like, "Oh my God, that's so freaking cool." It's like it's storytelling in the environment. Dude, that's why to me that is the best game of all time. It's my favorite game. You know, it's why I have so much Zelda and Breath of the Wild crap. Bought the soundtrack, I bought the whatever. And Tears of the Kingdom, while fun, didn't have that same element of discovery. Anyway, sorry. I just went on a Breath of the Wild rant. But I'm hoping that the movie gives me that, gives me a taste of that. And in a new format that could be really, really entertaining. Like to me, it's like, like you think about your favorite moments in gaming, right? Some people, it might be, like I watched a video of a what was it, a Battlefield game where they showed a guy. Apparently the guy did it in a previous game, Battlefield game, where he ejected from his plane, pulled out a rocket launcher and shot down another plane in the air. And they showed that in the next game. They showed someone doing that, all cinematically and cool. And the guy was losing his mind. I'm like, yeah, that's really cool. Doing something cool like that in a game is cool. But like my favorite moments in gaming is like, dude, when you think that the mother brain has totally killed you and you can't get up. Every time you get up, you go back down and you're tired and your energy's, you're beeping and everything. You're freaking out and the thing's coming, it's coming at you and it's about to attack. And then the Metroid comes out of nowhere and attacks the mother brain. Dude, that whole sequence through to the end of the game is one of my favorite moments in gaming history. And for me, Breath of the Wild, it's exactly like what I explained when I was watching The Dark Knight. And it's the scene where Dent has been arrested and they're transporting him. And there's the 18-wheeler sitting there waiting. And a cop comes up he's like, hey, you can't park here. And then the Joker comes out of nowhere over the driver and shoots. And then it cuts. Dude, like I said, I almost came out of my seat. Because it was like, oh my God, it's like the exact Joker that I want. Heath Ledger was perfect as the Joker. No, hashtag no notes. You know what I mean? Amazing, right? Breath of the Wild. There's a shot in Breath of the Wild that seriously made me almost come out of my seat. It's during the final battle. You're still in the castle. And he kind of comes, Link is parachuting, like kind of like the boss is there and he parachutes in front of it and lands. And then he's just kind of standing there. And then you see him pull the Master Sword out and it gleams, dude. I was like losing my mind, like I think about that and almost tear up because it's like, oh, it's so freaking cool. And then the whole sequence outside with the bow of light and all that kind of stuff when Zelda shows up, I just lost it. In fact, I'm almost tearing up just thinking about that. The music is going. Dude, I was losing my mind. And no game in history has ever done that to me. But Breath of the Wild did it. And that's why it's many reasons why it's the best game of all time. But that's just me. So basically, I just went 30 minutes on why should you not worry about whether the Mario movie has a story or not? Well, for me, that's the kind of stuff that I want. I want those moments that make you almost come out of your chair. And that might have done that for you. Like when you I don't know what you're into, but it could have been when Star Fox showed up. Oh, spoiler alert, I guess. I don't know. When Fox showed up. That might have been the moment. Or the moment when he lit up the fireball and you're just like, oh my God. I don't know. But that's me. I missed out on Kurosawa, but Redbeard is the only one I don't have in 4K. I have all the others. I almost got it. It was in my cart. Oh, man. Kate Vicente, I will not be reviewing Adventures in Game Chasing. There's a little thing called bias. Yeah. I still kind of want to do a commentary on that. The problem is, I also don't. There's not a way that I think I could do it where it couldn't be recorded, because it should be something like only for you guys. And I don't want every, till the end of time, every word I say on the movie, you know, what do you call it? Like picked apart and studied or anything like that. And everything with Billy, it's just still flat. It's still too fresh. I think I need some time on that. But I still want to do that. I still would love to do that because I love talking about the process of that movie and what we went through to make it, you know? And I say we. I mean, I was there for a lot of the pickup shots and a lot of the, post production type stuff. But I mean, most of that work was done by Billy. And yeah, I would love to talk about that. And I mean, I wouldn't have to worry about, him being embarrassed by how amazing his work was on that movie. So yeah, I can do that. But yeah, I eventually I'll do it. Because I'm making a game. You know this. I'm going to need a lot more than 20 copies, but also indie games and fan translations. Yeah, but why do you need Perfect Dark? I don't know. Hey. If Johnny said, I'll buy a book that I already have 3 copies of just because I like the cover. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. behind that Nintendo thing that Wood got me and the Ghost Getter. Lord of the Rings is there. But there's the Hobbit. There's the Hobbit. There's some Lord of the Rings down there. And then there's probably at least 2 copies up there. So I get what you're saying. I am that guy too. I have too many copies of The Road because of that. The Road. Man, what a beating that. I mean, great book, but man, what a beating. I brought it up last week as an April Fool's joke. Green apple slices on pizza. I mean, you never know, dude. That's the crazy thing. Is that, I mean, all this time, there's still ways that you could do it. New recipes and stuff. I would try it. I would totally try it. Pineapple with pepperoni is way better than ham. I mean, but here's the thing. I'll eat a Hawaiian pizza too. In fact, there was was it Pie 5? They used to have one called the Maui Wowie. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, it was cute. Same thing. Ham, onions, pineapple, and barbecue sauce instead of tomato sauce. Dude, it was awesome. Awesome. And I would put bacon on it too. Amazing. Amazing pizza. Amazing. I knocked on the jailbreak here in town at the barbecue place. PBJ with sliced brisket and a toasted bun. They said try it, so I did. And I gotta say, not bad at all. I have had peanut butter on a pizza. It's not, I mean, a pizza. Have I had peanut butter on a pizza? I don't think I have. But peanut butter on a burger is not bad. Train Spotting back in theaters June 5th. I mean, I would like, I've never saw it in the theater. So that's definitely one that I would want to see. April? No way. She would not go to that. In fact, I don't think she's ever seen the movie. I would totally go to that. June 5th. I might have to do that. Because I love it. Melvor the Great, big fan, buddy. Frodus boy. That is that Melvor. And he's right there. Hopefully not peach tea. No, it's just regular old tea. Regular old tea. That's how I roll. I was typing, what about Shake Shack? Just as you said, we're not counting Shake Shack. I put Shake Shack above any other burger. I love Shake Shack. And look, here's the thing. I love crinkle cut fries. And I think part of the reason why I like In-N-Out fries more than just about anybody I know, it's because I get them well done. So it's basically like they eat them and they go, this tastes almost just like a piece of potato. I get that. Totally get that. But I do the well done fries. So it's almost like a larger, because it's got almost like a crunch on the outside, and then it's fluffy on the inside. It's almost like, do you remember, I used to love these things as a kid, the little shoestring fry, or shoestring chip things. They were like little sticks, shoestring sticks. potato sticks. I don't know what they call them. Dude, I used to love those as a kid. And that's what I want out of a fry. I want a hot one of those. Give me a crunchy fry better than a soggy ass, you know. Don't want a soggy ass either. But like a soggy fry, I don't like it. So I long for Shake Shack, but alas, I am but a Michigander. Michigander? I don't know how to say that. Never had Whataburger either. No. I mean, again, Whataburger is definitely worth trying if you're in the area of a Whataburger. Sure, try it. But there's going to be a lot of people that try it and they go, I mean, it's just like I don't get it. Like, dude, people go nuts over Kincaid's. You heard of Kincaid's? Oh my God, you're going to have Kincaid's. I've had Kincaid's a lot of times. Like, I don't know how many times. And every single time I've had it, it's like, I can make a better burger at home. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand the fascination with Kincaid's. But there you go. Gosh dang, foreigners calling it Whataburger. Then why do they say it like that, stupid face? Because they are stupid. Yeah, I don't understand it either. No, I do not say Whataburger. To me, it's Whataburger. Whataburger. Like when you say, man, what a great time we had. What a great time you had. You don't say, what a great time you have. No one says what, W-H-A-T, like what? No one says that. Why would you say Whataburger? I don't get it. Shake Shack was awesome. I remember when I was in high school, I would go to that place and they had the best steak burgers in 2019. Yep, Starlight, it's one of my favorite places. When it sit down, somewhere between a restaurant and fast food, I don't know what you call that. But like to me, Shake Shack is tons better than Five Guys. It's just my opinion. And I would rather have Shake Shack than Mooyah, but I have a Mooyah kind of close by, so we eat a lot. I want to see a movie about that Zelda. I'm tired of it always being about that princess lady. Zelda, man, there's nothing wrong with Zelda. I mix Steak and Shake Shack together. I should visit Shake Shack sometime. You know what? I'm a big fan of Steak and Shake too. The problem is Steak and Shake basically pulled out of North Texas, as far as I know. I don't know of a Steak and Shake still around. There probably is one or two hanging out somewhere, but like the one that was close to me, it's gone. So I don't know. I don't eat games or Whataburgers. I eat Whataburger. Is it one word like that? It is, yes. I got number one. That means I'm talking too much. It's like a badge of shame. I mean, talk however much you want. Dude, that was an epic scene. Tried it many times and I just got mowed down by the jet. Oh, right. Yeah. I think Zelda is different because it has a great story and always wanted a movie. Mario is something I never thought about having a movie due to lack of story. I expect a lot more from a Zelda movie. Absolutely valid. Like I said, that's completely valid. I'll review Adventures in Game Chasing and begin, Justin. Go. When he saves the princess lady from the desert ninjas and he stands there in front of her and she has she has an organism. But it's more about the change in her character when she realizes, holy crap, this guy who I've been discounting this whole time will do anything to save me. He will do anything to protect me. And it just, dude, it's awesome. It's a great game. I love it. I hate how they had Fox in the movie. I'm Star Fox. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's so cool. He's not like that. I hated it. Well, the only thing that irritated me was oh, he's so cool. You don't need to tell me. I think he's cool. I liked it. And I'm ready for a Star Fox game. Yep. Give me a Star Fox game and Switch 2 and begin. Go. Thank you. Give it to me. Or do a remaster, whatever. Just do the thing. Switch 2. Go. Yeah, it is kind of goofy, but it's all right. It's fun. It's a fun movie. You should see how many Outlaw Star copies I own. I also own a lot of Justin Yates t-shirts and hoodies. Buy them. Yeah. Yeah. Robert Rivera, welcome, sir. Good to see you. By the way, I'm gonna just every now and then I'm just gonna stop and I'm gonna review a movie that I watched. Catch me if you can. 4K. The 4K is pretty great. It's not a stellar 4K transfer, but I love this movie. This movie is so much fun. I didn't make the connection, but in the special features, Spielberg is talking about how he had just gotten off of AI and then Minority Report back to back, and he said two somewhat dark movies, darker tone movies, and he wanted something light and entertaining and fun. And man, and Christopher Walken, dude, he was up for Best Supporting Actor for his role here. Amazing movie, and John Williams is having a blast with the score. I'm so glad that it's finally on 4K. I had it on Blu-ray, or I think I had it on DVD. I never bought the Blu-ray. Did I? I don't think so. I think I only had it on DVD and then was like, man, I want to see that again. They need to come out with a 4K, and they finally did. So awesome. Even though it's not the best transfer, great stuff. Great stuff. Love it. And then, let's see. I tossed my Outlaw Star box set somewhere. LOL. I don't know why I never got it. I never cared about it. You watched The Road this week, Justin? Wow. It's a rough story. I mean, it's good, but damn. The Perfect Dark is the largest Game Boy Color game, so they use that game to portray to the buyer. It's the larger capacity half board with okay. I get you. I watched it then, I was meh, and then I got rid of it somewhere. Dead to me. Wow. So, there you go. Oh, next up, Shozama's still here. Lupin the Third, The Castle of Cagliostro, the 40th anniversary collector's edition. Shozama, if you're here, I think you are. Hopefully. And hopefully, you heard this and you're like, your ears perked up. Oh my God. Dude, this was fantastic. This was a fantastic movie. I loved it. I loved it, and I kind of want more. I'm sure there's more, but I really, really liked it. This is from 1980, this movie. And the animation was great. I mean, it feels like 1980 in spots, but it's also still more lush than a lot of like syndicated type animation, or you know what I mean? Like an animated show. The animation was great. The story was great. The characters were great. I watched it, and now I know that what's his name? Steve Blum, I think, did no. It was David Hayter. David Hayter did the US translation, or the US dubbed version. I didn't watch it dubbed. I watched it in Japanese with the English subtitles because that's how I roll. And I loved it. I love this story, and I am definitely glad that I got it, that I bought it, because I want to see that again. So great. Thank you, Shozama, for the recommendation. I mean, I don't know what your batting average is for your recommendations, but it's pretty damn high, So thank you, Shozama / Max. Appreciate it. Great story. Great story. Picnic, they still sell them. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I mean, that's definitely what they were, but I don't think, I want to say it was a Planters. Let me just look. Planters, shoestring, potatoes, just potato sticks. I want to say it was there it is. Vintage. That's what these literally those or those over on the other side. You know what I mean? That first one there. That is, yeah. And I don't know, but it was a different. I don't think it was planners actually. But anyway, I love those. I love them, and that to me, that's what I want in a fry. I want a hot version of that. I like the crunch. So, and those are basically just potato chips in a different form. I mean, let's be honest. They're just square little long square potatoes. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. Hickory sticks. Hickory sticks. Hickory sticks. Oh, look at that. I mean, that looks accurate, but that is not. Is that Hostess as in like cupcakes and stuff? And yes, I know it would be easy to make. You literally, slice some potatoes thin and then do little like julienne. That's what it said. Julienne potatoes and then put them in a deep fryer. No big deal. Easy. I get it. But I'm just saying that's how I like them. That's how I reacted when a Texan made me try Whataburger. I had to ham it up for camera. I say, what a, like that old pop song that's like, what a man, what a mighty good man. I know what you mean. It's Whataburger, not what. Fast casual? Is that what the, like a Steak and Shake, or that's considered fast casual? That makes sense. The Adventures of Tingle. Shozama, I hope you were here when I went on and on about how awesome you were for recommending Lupin the Third to me. The next movie on the list. Now, here's the thing. I know that there's some crossover from Game Dave. Dreamy Warrior over there on the Game Dave stream. We did the whole Secret Santa thing, and he gave me a copy of Dogma, but I already had the Steelbook version of Dogma. And by the way, that's how that works. Yeah. Movie, The Golden Calf. I enjoyed this movie. Watching it again, it made me realize, wow, the worst part of the movie. I kind of want to do a review of this, like a full-on review, because it is definitely, as much as I love Kevin Smith, and basically a lot of the Kevin Smith, the View Askew universe, I think this is his best movie by far, but it's almost ruined by some not so great performances. But it's saved by some other performances. So, but anyway, Dogma in 4K. There you go. You can see, so there's a physical media introduction with Kevin Smith. See the special edition or the special features there? Revelations Making Dogma. Establishing shot with Robert Yeoman. More sermons from the Mount. Original theatrical trailer. So basically the first two lines are all on the 4K disc, and I think, yes, all on the 4K disc, and they're all new. Everything else is ported over from the old Blu-rays / DVD stuff. So if you're a fan and you already own Dogma, which, well, I do. I think I boxed it up because I knew this was here. There are new material, special features on this disc, which is great. I'm going to tell you, there are moments where this looks great. And then there are also moments where it's like, that could have used a little more. That could have used a little of attention, because some of it looked not really any better than a Blu-ray would. You know what I mean? But I love the movie, and yeah, so there you go. I love it. The film starts out in space. Oh, are y'all still talking about that other one? Smoke Shack from Shake Shack. Smoke Shack is awesome. And Justin bought Last Action Hero on VHS today. Did I ever play Star Fox 2? A little bit. But that was in that mode. That was only, well, I mean, I think you can probably find a ROM of it now, but at the time, I think it was on that Super Nintendo thing. And I got one because I found one, and this is when it was hard to find. I got one and tried it for a little bit and was like, oh man, this is really cool, but I don't really need this. So I ended up giving it to my my mother-in-law, because she likes the old Super Nintendo games. She doesn't need something like a Raspberry Pi or one of these little handhelds or anything like that. She would rather play it on the TV and all that kind of stuff. So I hooked it up at her house so she can play a Super Nintendo game if she wants. So I never really got a chance to really get into it. So I hope that answers the question. Buying Last Action Hero on VHS on purpose is so rad. I mean, it is. I wouldn't do it, but it, hey, more for you. More VHS for you. Wanted to watch The Road for a while. Saw it years ago, and it's on Amazon Prime, so I took the plunge. It's great. It is great, but it is very, it's a lot. It is a lot. Rufus, a film directed by the legendary Hayao Miyazaki. So there you go. Yes, this is the one. When I saw that, I was like, is that the one by Miyazaki? Yeah. It's great. It's super great. Super great. God dang. The guy on that HBO show. Thoughts on the movie Stranger Than Fiction? That is a movie that I watched. I liked. Will Ferrell did a really, really good job translating his comedy into a dramatic role, and I think he was very effective. Just as if just like Jim Carrey was effective when he started doing some dramatic roles. I think Will Ferrell is just as good. The problem is I don't think he wants to do movies like that. I think he tried it to see, and when it didn't get the attention that he was hoping for, he was kind of like, I'm just going to do what I'm good at, and he went back to making goofy flicks, which I'm fine with. I like his goofy flicks. So potato sticks are dangerously addictive, but so good. Yes. Oh yes. They are amazing. I love them. When I was little, I would eat Ruffles one little ridge at a time, kind of like potato sticks. How have I never thought of doing that? Because that sounds like something I would have done, and I never did that. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all something that I am pretty certain I've never said to anyone else on a live stream before. Now, this isn't one of those like, oh my gosh, oh, here we go. We got something deep coming. This isn't something that I'm embarrassed about. It's just something I've never talked about, because it's an odd thing to even think about now. But did you ever have a blanket with almost like a regular blanket, but on the ends, it was almost like a satin end that was sort of like, like sewn into the blanket, and it was, I don't know what the purpose of that is. Maybe so you can, that's the edge of it. I don't know. I don't know what the point of it is. But I had a blanket like that when I was a kid. And what I would do is, how do I explain this? So the edge, I would fold it to where it makes almost a like well like a fold, like a fold like that. Okay, so this edge is all satin. Gotcha? Reading me? Okay. What I would do is I would sit there and do this on the webs of my fingers. I think that's some weird ADHD thing or autistic thing. I don't know what that is. But I used to do that for hours. Hours. And what's weird is when I was in the hospital and I'm unable to sleep because of all the crap that's going on with me, and I'm basically just sitting there for hours watching the clock. I did that with my blanket, and it calmed me down. And it would keep me almost like center me. So eating a ridge at a time off of a ruffle makes absolute sense to me. Like, how have I never done that? See, now I have ruffles in there. I kind of want to try that. Did you try the buffalo blue cheese ruffles? My God. My favorite ruffles is cheddar and sour cream. I have literally eaten probably a dump truck full of cheddar and sour cream ruffles in my life. I love them so much. And they're really great for Crohn's boy over here. Man, they're good. They're good. Because I'm not a chip, like before all of this, I was never a chip / fry person. But because I need potatoes with almost every meal, yeah. When I did eat them, I would eat the cheddar and sour cream. They're great. Did you see Ninjinzu's post about the Alien 3 edit that just plopped onto HBO Max this week? Yes, Justin. And I've seen it's weird. I mean, I wasn't going to talk about it really. Or you know, like whatever, like talk about like a topic. But it's one of those things where like, yeah, I've had that. I've had that the assembly cut for years. But it's actually really cool that people are like discovering the assembly cut for the first time and watching it and going, wow, this is really good. And it's because the assembly cut is on Blu-ray. It comes with the original theatrical cut and the assembly cut. And the story, like and I don't know if HBO Max does this. They do it. They seem to do it on some films where they will actually include the extras that are off the Blu-ray sometimes. The story behind the assembly cut is literally that. It's an assembly cut based off of David Fincher's original notes. So the person who did this and made this possible, the assembly cut, was my guy, Charles de Lauzirika, who did all the, like, if you get that Alien set on Blu-ray, where it's got the first 4 films and then all the special features, and there's just a ton of special features and they're awesome and they're really fun to watch. Yeah, those are all produced by Charles de Lauzirika. So when they were doing that set, he went to David Fincher and said, hey, holy crap, I was able to track down your original notebook for Alien 3 in the vault, and we found all the footage. Do you want to come in and do basically your cut of Alien 3? They're going to pay for it. They're going to do it. And he's like, no, I don't want to think about that movie ever again. And I don't want anything to do with it. And then Charles said, well, could we assemble your movie as if, based on your notes, based on all of that old footage? And he was like, yes, but you can't call it a director's cut. And he said, well, what about an assembly cut? And he said, that's perfect. So that's the story of the Alien 3 assembly cut. It's literally based off of David Fincher's notes and the footage that was still available. To me, it is vastly superior to the theatrical cut, but I have always always been an Alien 3 apologist. I love Alien 3. I love the original theatrical edition. I love them both. So that's me, and that's, yeah. And a lot of people are like, well, they still kill off, again, spoiler alert for movies from the early 90s, but they kill off Newt and they kill off Hicks in the basically in the credits of Alien 3 at the very beginning. And that pissed people off. They were so angry. It's like she fought so hard to save those people, and then they die before the start of the third movie. Oh my God. And it was so like, whatever. To me, Alien 3 is just like The Last Jedi, in that there are people that are angry when Luke throws that lightsaber over his shoulder. They're angry. Not my Luke, blah, blah, blah. To me, it's the same thing with Alien 3. Alien 3 starts with that. And back when that came out, what was it, 92? So I was probably, 16? I was like, oh, I love Newton Hicks, but you're doing something different. Okay. You're doing something different than the comics had been doing for years. Okay. What have you got for me, David Fincher, who I'd never heard of until now? I loved it. I loved it. From moment one, when that, dude, Alien 3, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Alien 3 was the first movie in all the Alien movies and Predator movies or whatever to do the, it's so cool. The da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, the 20th Century Fox logo. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-na-na, and then it holds it. And then it starts, and then the credits start, and you're like, what are we in for? I loved it. From minute one, I was locked in, and I loved Alien 3. So, yes, the assembly cut is on HBO Max. If you've never seen it before and you've never given it a chance because maybe you hate Alien 3, I don't know. The assembly cut is definitely worth watching. It's not going to, well, I'm not even going to say anything. I'm going to let you watch it. If you have never seen it, you should watch it because it is definitely worth checking out because it's interesting. And it might have, I mean, there's probably plenty of people that as soon as they killed off Newton Hicks, you lost them. As an audience member, you're already lost. But I think it would be much more well regarded. And of course, you know, the what's interesting about the assembly cut too, about David Fincher's process, is that, you know, he was hired in by Fox to do this, and they thought that they could basically push him around and do whatever they wanted. And he said, I'm not doing that. So what he would do is he would film scenes for them while they were there. But when they left, he would film his own stuff. He would film his version. And he was hoping that by the end of the process, he would be able to put together his version for the movie. And of course that didn't happen. And it was basically a very tumultuous shoot. And he hated the whole idea of working for a big studio. And we almost never got another David Fincher movie at a studio, which would have been a shame because he's, of course, super talented. So anyway, this is another one of those situations where the behind the scenes of the movie is almost as interesting as the movie itself. So there you go. It's good. Watch it. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Give it a chance. I've never tried the Buffalo blue cheese ruffles. And Justin said, as a person who enjoys film and Kevin Smith, how do you feel about some of his choices over the past few years? Excited for Clerks 5? How about Dogma 2? Shaking my head. I didn't see the 4:30 movie yet. I heard that was actually pretty good. I did not like Reboot. Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. Didn't like it. The best scene was with Ben Affleck, in my opinion. I felt it was trying too hard, and it wasn't. To me, it was painfully unfunny. I'm trying to think of what his last good movie was. It may be Red State. even though I liked Clerks 3 pretty well, I think Red State is the last really good movie that he did. And but he's one of those people that I've always been rooting for. I always liked him. As a person, I've always liked him. And yeah, I'm rooting for him, but I don't know if I need a Dogma 2. I don't know if I need a Clerks 5. I don't need any of that crap. You know, I'd rather him do something more original, but. And then Star Fox says, yeah, Star Fox and Star Fox 2 are all right. Star Fox 64, Star Fox Adventures, and Star Fox Assault are way better. I'm trying to remember if I ever... I know I played Star Fox Adventures. For some reason, I think I own it. I think I have it. But I don't think I ever played Assault. And I don't think I ever played through 64. I mean, they're on my Steam Deck now. But I don't think I ever played those all the way through, for sure. The Road ending, opinions on it? That movie ends the way it needed to end. I'll just say that. A movie that dark and deep. Now, again, it's been a long time since I read the book and then saw the movie. But if I remember the ending correctly, yeah, that movie ends exactly the way it should have. That's my opinion. Lupin has been great since it came out back in 1967. Ooh, an Order 42 one-time exclusive. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Here we go. Here's something deep. He has webbed feet, guys. No, I just, for some reason, the webs between my fingers, that feeling, the satin feeling, it was something, it used to calm me down, and I loved it. I had a blanket like that since I was like 3 or 4, and my ex capped it back in 2007. It was brown with a nice teddy bear on it. Well, mine was, they used to call it my Linus blanket, right? Because Linus carried around a blue blanket. I had a blue blanket, and it was that same baby blue. And I think it's because at the time, everybody was into Peanuts back then. You know, my grandmother was super into it. She loved Charles Schultz. I think she maybe saw an interview with him or something like that and just fell in love with Peanuts back in the day when it started, like in 1950 or 6 or whenever it started. I think 50 is when it started. But yeah, she loved it, and then my dad loved it. He loved drawing Snoopy. So Peanuts was always a thing, so they got me a blue blanket like Linus and, whatever. So I was always with my blue blanket for a long time. I don't know when I stopped carrying around the blanket. And then Mr. Mom came out. You've seen Mr. Mom? I can't remember the little kid's name. I love that movie. Dude, Michael Keaton. That's my Michael Keaton. Like when people think of Michael Keaton, they probably think of Batman or they think of Beetlejuice. No. To me, Michael Keaton is Mr. Mom. That's my Michael Keaton. And I watched Mr. Mom so many times when I was a kid. Anyway, there's a little kid in the movie and he has a blanket and they call it his whoopee. So, yeah. I hated Alien 3 when I first saw it, and now I love it almost as much as I love Alien Resurrection. Wow. 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 And hey, Chris, what's going on? Good to see you. Alien Resurrection is one of those where it's fine. It's like, to me, that is a complete mid-grade Alien movie. To me, Alien 3 is like a 7.5. Aliens is probably an 8.5. And Alien is probably a 9.75. I mean, honestly, it might just be a perfect 10. Because I can't think of anything I would... Okay, I would change some of the... Like, if I had the ability, I would try to make the... I would digitally change the ash head. You know what I'm talking about. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what the scene I'm talking about. I would change the ash head digitally to make it blend better. But other than that, I mean, seriously, I love Alien so much. Which reminds me, I should probably get back to my thing. The next movie that I watched, Super Cop, Police Story 3 in 4K. This looked like really good. I've seen Super Cop, I don't know how many times over my life, but I've seen it a few times and it's always looked bad. This looked amazing. Like, I really enjoyed watching this again. I was not a huge fan of the special features because they were all, I don't know, like none of them really seemed, well, no. Some of them were new. Some of it was new, but it was just okay. As a special feature presentation, it was just okay. But I mean, there's plenty of stuff there. But yeah, this is an amazing movie. If you're a Jackie Chan fan and you haven't seen this, I don't know what's wrong with you. You need to see all the Police Story movies. You got to see them. And then of course, there's that Jackie Chan set that's coming out, which I'm still on the fence if I'm going to get it or not. So, but there you go. Super Cop, great. I'm so glad I have that. And I mean, I have Police Story 1 and 2 on from Criterion on Blu-ray. And those are movies where I'm like, I don't really like Police Story 1 and 2 that much. I mean, they're fine. But they're not my favorite Jackie Chan. Like to me, what is my favorite Jackie Chan movie? Super Cop's up there. Probably Drunken Master 2. That movie's so good. That movie's really good. And maybe Rumble in the Bronx. Which is kind of why I want that set, because I don't own any of those. All of the Jackie Chan movies that are on that list, I've seen them all, but I don't own them. And I kind of want it. But man, it's $150. So, oh, there you go. That's it. Stop, folks. That was perfect. And then it gets all loud and you're just like, oh my God, what's going on? Dude, I love it. I love that it's so much. It's so good. Anyway, here's a take. All right, Starlight. I think Spider-Man 3 is good or decent. I have not seen the whole movie, but I don't think it deserves the hate. Also, I definitely want to watch the Alien trilogy. Okay, the Alien trilogy, you need to get on that. Because, I mean, you're talking about, I mean, seriously, I love the Alien. Okay? But I remember Spider-Man 3 being fine. And I also, I'm just going to say this. When it comes to Tobey as Spider-Man or Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man, I'm one of those where I like Spider-Man 2. Do I think it's one of the best comic book movies ever? No. I like it a lot. But I don't understand why people are so... I mean, seriously, to me, the movie of that era, like the older pre-MCU, pre-Iron Man comic book movies, like when I think of like some of the best, X-Men 2. Dude, X-Men 2 blew my mind. Spider-Man 2 was like, oh yeah, it was really good. That was it. like I don't understand why Spider-Man 2 is talked about all the time as one of the best comic book movies ever, but X-Men 2 isn't. To me, X-Men 2, and maybe it's because of the whole Bryan Singer thing, and I kind of get that, I understand. But dude, X-Men 2 is awesome. I loved X-Men 2. But I don't know what conversation I walked in on, but I totally agree with Stop Fox about Alien 3. Well, okay then. I love Spider-Toby. It's fine. It's fine. The ending of Red State was a total what the F after a total what the F. Yeah, exactly. Which is great. I really liked Red State. Alien 3 and Resurrection. The Linux creator guy, I never knew that. No, Peanuts. Peanuts, Charlie Brown. God, KP Senti, read the internet. No, I'm just kidding. You're young. It's fine. And it's not like Peanuts is one of those things that talk about an era. 1950 to 2000 is when he did did Peanuts, the comic strip. And then shortly after, I think 2003 or 2004, he died. And then they've tried to kind of keep it relevant, and it's not really relevant to today. It's such an old school ideas, in that comic. And by the way, I'm going to bring it up because screw it. I'm going to bring it up. I don't know how you guys feel about the Humble Bundle stuff, but one of the things they have going on right now is, oh, look at that. Valiant comic. Ooh, I need to look at that. Shadow Man Classic Omnibus, Volume 1 Bloodshot, Volume 1 X1, Exo Manowar. I don't know if I like any of those. In fact, I've never read any of those. So I don't know about that. That's actually pretty cool though. I love Humble because of the comic stuff they do. And there you go. The collected Peanuts. So you get all of these books. So Peanuts every Sunday from 1956 to 2000. The Peanuts Game Day collection. And then the complete Peanuts. So this is every comic strip. Volumes 1 through 25. So every single comic strip from Peanuts. A Valentine for Charlie Brown, Peanuts Every Sunday. There's all these books. You get all these books, and the minimum that you have to pay is $25 to get them all. If you're a fan of the Peanuts stuff, now, okay, these are going to be PDFs. So it would probably be good if you had something like an iPad or something to read them on. But holy crap. So I got it because I loved Snoopy and all that stuff, and yeah, it's cool. Ooh, what is this Metroidvania Mayhem bundle? It's only got 23 hours left. I haven't heard of any of these games. Steam Deck verified. They're all Steam Deck verified. And you only have to pay $6 or more. I like the Humble Bundle stuff. I think it's cool. But anyway, so there you go. Unless there's a reason why Humble Bundle is a bad thing. I don't know. Anyway, Alien Resurrection was a guilty pleasure of mine when I used to rent movies as a kid. I mean, I like it, but it's not a great Alien movie. It's very odd. It's an odd movie, but I like it. Isn't that Snoopy's real name? No. KP Senti. So you've never heard of Charlie Brown? No, that kind of stuff. See, that's odd to me. That's weird. Next movie I'm going to review. Or talk about. Minority Report. Here's another movie that, again, came out before Catch Me If You Can. This is what, 2002? This movie's awesome and looks insanely good on 4K. Like, insanely good. I know that there are problems, that there are things that don't make sense in the story of Minority Report. In the movie, there are things that happen where it's like, shouldn't they have already cut off his access or whatever, right? There's a lot of things where it just doesn't make sense. And there are things that don't quite connect. But this movie is so full of Spielberg, those insanely good Spielberg moments that I just love this movie. It's like a future noir kind of story. It's like a Blade Runner kind of story, a cyberpunk kind of story. I just love it. It's Spielberg, it's Tom Cruise, Colin Farrell, Max von Sydow. Dude, this movie's awesome. I love this movie. I would probably give this movie an 8.75 out of 10. It's not perfect. And there are things that don't quite make sense. But man, I love it. Man, I love it so much. And So like the Catch Me If You Can score, John Williams. It's a jazzy score. It's actually very moving in parts. This one, not only is the score great, but there are moments that if I hear the score, it will literally make me cry. I will just start crying because it's so beautiful. John Williams John Williams at his peak. Just insanely good. I love it so much. You might say, really? Really? Raiders of the Lost Ark, all the Indiana Jones movies, that is in his peak? All the Star Wars movies aren't peak? No, for me, a movie like Minority Report, the kind of music that's done in that movie, it is some of the best music he's ever written. And like I said, Minority Report is a rare, dark, even though it's got some Spielbergy kind of comical moments. There are so many moments in that where I'm like, I cannot believe that I'm watching a Steven Spielberg movie and this is going on. This is crazy. Dude, the scene with the spiders. That's all I have to say. That scene is genius. Genius. There are, like I said, there are moments that don't work. But man, I love that movie. I love that movie so much. So, there you go. I'm biased because honestly, Alien Resurrection was the very first one I saw, and it was on the Sci-Fi Channel back when that channel was kick-ass. Okay, I understand that. Super Cop kicks ass. Those movies are always a good time. Yes. Stop Alex Chris. Yes. Jackie Chan's your favorite actor? Really? Super Cop is so rad. Oddly, same guy who introduced me to Kevin Smith was a huge Jackie fan. And look at it, Jerome the Great coming in to say, Jackie is my martial arts goat. Yeah, see, like me, I'm, holy crap. What happened? Oh, there we go. Yeah, for me, Jet Li is my guy. I love Jackie Chan. I do. But Jet Li was always, when I first saw my first Jet Li movie, I'm like, that's my guy. Fist of Legend. So, my favorite is Operation Condor. See, I've seen it. I don't, honestly, a lot of those kind of run together to me. I don't remember. Did you see the ones where he's an older cop, New Police Story and Police Story Lockdown? No. No, I didn't. Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider-Man. Spiderman. He's really good. He's a little too old though. You know what I mean? He, even when those movies were made, he doesn't look like a high school kid anymore. And maybe, I don't remember, does that take place in high school or is he in college already? Anyway, I love Andrew Garfield though. Pretty much anything Andrew Garfield is in, dude. And yeah, X2 top tier. And then Shozama comes in. Yes, Lupin. Man, dude, Lupin the Third was awesome. Glad you liked Castle of Cagliostro. There's two English dubs of it on the disc, made in 92 and 2000. I like the 2000 version. You can select in the setup. With that, you can choose that or the family-friendly dub. Okay. I don't remember anything that bad, even though there's some innuendo in there, but like I don't remember there being any curse words or anything. But yeah, I loved it. I really seriously loved it. Charles Schultz is from Minnesota. He will always be loved here. There you go, Chris. There you go. And Ninjinzu said Humble Bundles are awesome. Yeah. I dropped out of Humble Bundle when they didn't pay my Twitch friend after they said they would. Oh, okay. Star Fox. Okay. Well, that's understandable. And then Chris said the amusement park in the Mall of America used to be named Camp Snoopy. Oh. That's a hell of a lot of peanuts. Yeah. That's a lot. Peanuts was before my time and I grew up with it and have a ton of nostalgia for it. Fist is awesome. Are you coming on to me? No, what is, I don't know what that is. Isn't that a Sylvester Stallone movie? A Stallone movie? Grow up with the You're in the Super Bowl Charlie Brown VHS from the Shell gas station. Oh, wow. See, like, I love Bon Voyage Charlie Brown and Snoopy Come Home and Charlie Brown. I got VD from whatever is that's not one of them. I don't know. I love Charlie Brown. I love Snoopy. I love all that stuff. And that's probably in bad taste because Charlie Brown and Snoopy is so like wholesome. I thought Charlie Brown was Snoopy's name. I remember seeing Snoopy on merch and stuff. Wow. Yeah, Minority Report, man. Minority Report is so freaking good. I love it so much. All right. Next movie is one that I'm not going to talk about a whole lot because I'm doing a review of it. I'm going to do a full review of Shelby Oaks. The Chris Stuckman YouTube guy did Shelby Oaks. I was part of the Kickstarter and just going to have to wait for the review because I've already started to, putting things together for it. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it there. And then the next movie I can go ahead and talk about is The Dam Busters. Has anyone is anyone in the chat ever seen this movie? I'm going to hazard a guess that no one in the chat has seen The Dam Busters. And you may not even know what movie this is. But basically in World War II, 1942, there was a scientist that came up with an idea to basically take out. You've seen it, Starfox? Wow. I don't remember much. Well, hold on. Okay, I don't see anything. Okay, so this is a release from it's from Vinegar Syndrome, but it's what's the name of the company? Well, Studio Canal did the restoration. Film Movement. This is from Vinegar Syndrome. So first off, look at that. Very, very cool. Look at the back. Very cool. Then, very cool. Right? It's a very cool. Now, here's the thing. That is a thick ass box. Solid. This is a slipcase. Also solid. Like, this isn't like super, super thin. You can actually see that there's thickness to it. This is awesome. And then you get the actual 4K disc, right? With a ton of bonus features. Okay? So the story is the scientist comes up with this plan to try to take out some of the dams in Germany to try to affect the manufacture of planes and tanks and weapons and all that kind of stuff in Germany in 1942. So comes up with a bomb that bounces on the water. And then because of the way that the bomb is designed, it's doing a backspin. They basically drop the bomb really, really low along the water, 60 feet high off of the water, using the Lancasters, which are kind of like B-17s, but in the Royal Air Force. The bomb hits the water and it's doing a backspin. And it jumps over. They had these things, this netting that basically is kind of like sitting on the water, and there was netting so that if you shot a torpedo to try to take out the dam, it would be caught in the webs of the netting, and it would blow up, and it wouldn't actually get to the dam. So this would jump over the netting. This bomb would jump over the netting, hit the concrete wall of the dam, and because it's doing a backspin, it would slide down along the dam and then explode. Insanely interesting, right? But the biggest problem is you've got to be 60 feet above the water line. Otherwise, the bomb will explode on contact with the water and probably blow up the plane and all the people on board. Very, very interesting. So they do this mission, and all this stuff. So if that sounds interesting to you, 1940, it's a World War II movie, but it's a British World War II movie. So you know how like a lot of war movies in general, they will make the men sort of larger than life and sort of like almost like superheroes and kind of make them, you know what I mean? The big personalities and all that kind of stuff. No, this is very subdued. It's all about the mission. The problem is it is a little dry, but it is fascinating. And this was shot in 1955. It won, or it was nominated for Best Special Effects in 1955. And when you see the special effects today, you're going to go, like, that's the first thing I did. Like, when the special effects happened, I went, oh, that doesn't look great. That doesn't look good. But it was the best they could do for 1955. And honestly, I didn't realize that some of the planes in the shots were models. It was actually pretty impressive. But man, some of the effects are wonky as shit. I mean, really bad. But man, I gotta say, I really enjoyed this movie. I really enjoyed it. So it, of course, it's on 4K, Blu-ray, and then the bonus features here. I'm not gonna say it. You can look it up if you want. But there's a little bit of controversy with this movie. Because there's a dog in the movie. And the dog's name is a slur. And I didn't know it was coming. And when it happened, I went, "What? That's the dog's name?" And yeah, they say the name a lot in the movie. Now here's the thing. In 1940s Britain, that wasn't a racial slur. But the dog's name is kind of a controversial thing. Now here's the other thing. There are shots in this movie that George Lucas flat out lifted for Star Wars. Because the attack on the dam reminds you of the trench run and the Death Star. Not only that, there's a woman character at the beginning of the movie that has buns on her head. So there are many things that George Lucas was inspired by with this movie for Star Wars. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting. And I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was solid. I thought it was solid. No, Justin, but yeah. Yeah. Again, you can look it up if you want. It's right on the IMDb. It is fascinating to watch. Now, this doesn't have like there was another World War II movie, and I can't remember which one it is off the top of my head. There's another World War II movie that the footage of the dogfights he used basically in place of the actual ILM dogfights in Star Wars because he wasn't finished yet. So he cut in footage from other dogfighting type of movies. This is a bombing movie. So this is more about a lot of the information is or a lot of the scenes that he kind of lifted are from like the attack on the trench run during the Death Star. It's really interesting to see. And I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed the movie. Thought it was good. I thought it was good. So there you go. Is Jet Li the one? Yes. Yes, he is. I don't really like the one. In fact, there's not a whole lot of Jet Li movies that I'm like, oh yeah, that's a really good movie. Like to me, Fist of Legend is, as a movie, is fine. And it's a remake of Fist of Fury, right? Bruce Lee's Fist of Fury. It's fine. My favorite Jet Li movie though is Fearless. That movie's really good. And he actually puts in a really good performance. For fighting, it's Fist of Legend, but as a movie, Fearless is the best one. But I just love Jet Li. I just think he's awesome. So, I never read the comics or watched the shows. Hey, Monsters Backpack. What's up, sir? Hope you are doing well. Hope you are doing well. But good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Classic football trick on Charlie Brown. Then, oh, yeah, of course, of course. You just hear his yell. Yeah, for sure. Robot Chicken's Peanuts parody was comical. I don't think I ever saw that. Have you read the book that Minority Report was based on? It's by Philip K. Dick. He also wrote the book they based Blade Runner on. Yes. No. In fact, I never read Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. I never read Minority Report. I never read Total Recall. But I do love those movies. Went to college with a Bolo Young fanatic. Ooh. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. What was interesting is seeing some of those older Shaw Brothers movies where he plays just a heavy, you know, and he's in it, but he doesn't have any lines. He's just a bad guy and he gets killed or gets taken out or whatever. You know what I mean? It's a shame they kind of pitted Jet Li and Jackie against each other for all that time. I mean, yeah, but it's, to me, it's like, I don't know. It's like In-N-Out and Whataburger. It's what are you in the mood for? Are you in the mood for like a high level? I mean, they're both high level, but to me, Jet Li was more of like that, the clinical, almost robotically amazing fight choreography. And Jackie Chan was more about being entertaining and making you laugh and being entertained. You know what I'm saying? So it's two different takes on a martial arts film. More comical, a little more family entertainment versus the more hard hitting, the more intense. You know what I mean? But they had a fun fight in the Forbidden Kingdom. I remember seeing that movie and going, movies. Oh, Fist was one of the games in that Metroidvania bundle. Oh. Bon Voyage, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Oh, yeah, dude, the Christmas special. With that Vince Guaraldi music, man. Come on. And then that dance sequence. With all the different, you know, and then there's the one kid that's Linus and Sally. Dude, I love it. I love it. And then when they did the Outcast song with the Peanuts, oh dude. The one has one of my favorite endings to a movie ever. I need to finish the Damn Busters. It came out on digital HD before the release you got. Oh, yeah, I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it. But those Damn Busters. I remember there was supposed to be a remake, but I haven't heard anything in years for the Damn Busters. More media should be packaged like that with thicker slipcovers. I agree with you. It's really nice. I mean, this feels super quality. Like, this is one of the most, I mean, just look, you can see the thickness of, oh, come on, maybe. Come on, there's my hand. You can see maybe the thickness of this box. And then again, the thickness of the slipcover. It's so nice. It's in it. And it just, look, finger holes. That is so great. So great. This is one of my favorite, just like as a presentation. It's a great release. Great release. Dam Busters, is that World War II movie? I've always heard anecdotes about the World War II movie that Lucas took inspiration from. Yeah, there's a lot in there. In fact, there's even a line about there's, how many guns are there? There's some on the surface, some on the tower. There's a line almost exactly like that in the Dam Busters, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, that's the reason I bought it is, I was looking for this movie. And then when I was looking at that movie, I'm like, oh, holy crap, that's the movie, the Lucas, oh my God, I got to get it. And so I just bought it on a whim because I wanted to buy this. And I was like, I'm going to save on shipping. So there you go. Actually, I don't want to spoil it. Just look up the dog's name. I mean, yeah. The Legend 2. Yeah. Here's my next recommendation. I may have recommended it before. Wings 1927. Some great some great dog fights in that one. Have you given that one to me before? Let's see. Wings. You have not. You have not, because it's not coming up in my movies list. Oh, Wings 1927. I'm just going to add it to what you did last week. So there you go. Twin Warriors. Is that Jet Li and Michelle Yeoh? If so, I remember that one, and I remember liking it. Dude, Robert Shaw. Yeah, Robert Shaw plays a role in this where he barely has any lines, but he's the co-pilot of the head plane. And yeah, it's kind of funny in the commentary. It's like, man, when Robert Shaw is on screen, it's like your eyes automatically snap to him. There's something about him that's just like, wow, what a movie star, you know? It's amazing. But yeah, From Russia with Love. Oh my God. Yeah, From Russia with Love is definitely, I would say, probably in the top 5 Bond films. It's not my favorite. My favorite is probably GoldenEye and then Goldfinger. But From Russia with Love is definitely in that top 5. You want to talk about a video I need to do. I need to rank the Bond films. Because I've seen them all so many times, and that is man. I need to do that movie, that review, or that video. I need to do it sometime. I need to do it. I don't know if that would be a fun one to do. Jackie's my favorite actor, and right under from him, it's Peter Cushing. In 2018, news emerged that Jackson was to begin production on the film once again. He intended for production to commence soon, as he only had the film rights for another year or two. The remake had yet to be produced as 2026. Add new police story from me on that list. Okay. All right. New police story. Star Fox. Yes. Interesting. Still waiting on your review of Memories of Murder. You will love it. Don't wait any longer. Well, I mean, it's tough, man. Memories of Murder. Yeah. Bong Joon-ho, Glenn Harris. All right. It's already on the list. It's on the list. Dude, it's on the list. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. Memories of Murder. 2003. And it is available to rent for a budget price. And I still need to see Begonia. Dude, there's so many movies I need to see. My God. Oh my God. But yeah, 007, man, I'm a James Bond freak and a fanatic, and I love it. And look, I'm just going to end the poll because I think only one other person voted that yes, they got something in the Criterion movie sale, and they got between 3 and 5. Everybody else was like, nope. So I'm just going to end it. The Live and Let Die boat chase on the bayou is amazing. Love that movie. Yes, but if I'm not mistaken, Live and Let Die is the movie that the sheriff is introduced. I hate that character. I hate that character so much, and it makes me think, oh wow, everybody hates America. I hate it. I hate that character so much. You just made the list, Chris Jericho. But oh, Lou, hi. I don't think I said hi to you, but hi, hello. Welcome. Good to see you. Hi for the 007 game. I am too. I just don't know if it's going to be my kind of game. I need to see some gameplay before I go into it. Because like the Indiana Jones game, is fine, but it's not the kind of game that really interests me to play. I'd rather just watch it. So I did. I watched the whole thing and loved it. So Memories of Murder is great. Watched it after I saw Parasite. Parasite is my top 3 favorite movies. Wow. Wow, that's high. I mean, I like Parasite, but it is, for me, it's in my top, maybe top 10 to 15% of all the movies I've seen, but top 10, top 5, I don't know. That's crazy. But the Johnny, hey man, that's awesome. That's awesome that a Korean film. Itchy the Killer, I don't think I've ever seen it, Justin. And I think it's just because it's a horror movie. Not a big horror movie guy. I'm just not. It's not my thing. And Itchy the Killer doesn't sound like something that would be my thing. Is that, let me see. I know of it. It's available on Hi-Ya. A sadomasochistic Yakuza enforcer Kakihara searches for his missing boss. He comes across Ichi, a repressed and psychotic killer who may be able to inflict levels of pain that Kakihara is only dreamed of. That's what I need. Oh, Mike. Okay. Okay. See, honestly, Mike is one of those where even when his stuff goes into areas that I'm not crazy about, I like Mike. So, Itchy the Scratchy. Bonobo Juice. What's going on, sir? By the way, this is what I bought on the Vinegar Syndrome that I pre-ordered. And apparently this is still available at close range from Cinematograph. And this release is amazing. I am so happy with this because this movie for the longest time has had really bad transfers. And it is a beautiful 4K transfer. They spent some money on this transfer to make it look amazing. And this movie is great. If you've never seen it, Sean Penn, Christopher Walken from 1986. This is Sean Penn in the... What's also cool is that included in the special features are brand new interviews with both Sean Penn and Christopher Walken. Great. In fact, I want to say that the interview with Sean Penn may be when he was promoting One Battle After Another. So it was really cool to see them spend so much time talking about this movie from 1986, 40 years old now. But oh my God, this movie rocks. Now, you want to talk about another great presentation? Look at that ribbon. You see that ribbon? MGM, and it's got the Cinematograph number there. Maybe. Right? Let me do that again. Dude. Now, somebody had asked me if what I thought about digibooks, what my top digibooks. I think Movie High Club might have been asking me about digibooks. This is a digibook. And I forgot all about that this was a digibook because I hadn't watched it. But yeah, Cinematograph at close range in 4K and Blu-ray. And then on the inside here is full color. And this has got Chris Penn in it. This is one of Chris Penn's first movies. This movie is just, dude, this movie's awesome. This movie is so good. And if you know the Madonna song Live to Tell was written for this movie. And this was when Sean Penn and Madonna had first started dating, when this movie was being made. And then they turned right around in the same year. They made that, what is it, Shanghai Surprise or something, which apparently turned out to be really bad. But this movie is awesome. So I would highly recommend this movie if you've never seen it. Kiefer Sutherland has a small part. Crispin Glover is in it in a small role. Chris Penn is in it quite a lot. But Christopher Walken, man. This movie made me realize that I had been sleeping on Christopher Walken for too long. And Christopher Walken had been known as almost a comedian when it came to his movies. Like his movies he was always there like his comic relief. No. In this movie, he is scary as hell. There are characters, certain actors and certain roles, certain characters where you feel uneasy when they come on screen. He is so good in this movie. And if you have not seen it, you should see it. It's not Shanghai Noon, Justin. It's Shanghai Surprise. Trust me. Look at that. I'm pretty sure it's Shanghai Surprise. That's gonna make me look like an idiot. But Shanghai Noon is Jackie Chan. Shanghai Surprise. What the hell happened? Yep. Shanghai Surprise. You see that? Shanghai Surprise, 1986. And there's Madonna and Sean Penn, Paul Freeman, who was Belloc, and Richard Griffiths, who was Mr. Dursley in Harry Potter. But anyway, yeah, see this. And I'm not saying you need to pick up the edition from then, but amazing. And it's also numbered. And I got copy number 49 of 5,000. I love this movie. And Rachel from that the podcast that she no longer does. I have the stuff still over here. The stuff that she sent me for doing the podcast. But this was the movie that we talked about. Amazing. Amazing. So that's all of this is what I watched this week. So there you go. I remember watching Jet Li on Mexican TV in The Master. So funny. Need to pick up Golden Harvest Volume 2, Shining Stars. Doubt it will have the Latin American Spanish dub, though. Yeah, probably. Maybe not. Maybe. Probably not, though. If you like his type of films, you'll dig it. I mean, Mike is awesome. He really is. I don't like all of his movies, but yeah. Do I have a favorite Bond? Lou, I do. I do have a favorite Bond. And that is my favorite Bond is Pierce Brosnan. Because to me, Pierce Brosnan, GoldenEye was the first James Bond film that I saw in the theater. And I thought he was the perfect mix of suave and debonair and just an overall badass. So he's the only one that, like, to me, pulls off all the aspects of who Bond should be. That's just my opinion. I know that not everybody agrees with me. So a lot of people will say, yeah, but Sean Connery did it first. He did it first, but I don't buy him as being he's good in the role. To me, Pierce Brosnan was perfect for the role, if that makes any sense. Now, if you talk about closeness to the Bond as he was written, Timothy Dalton is the best Bond. But yeah, to me, it's like Pierce Brosnan to me completely fits my idea of who Bond is as a character. Daniel Craig is good, but what I don't like about the Daniel Craig Bonds, the Daniel Craig Bond films, is that they tried to make it this ongoing story, and they tried to really ground it. They took Christopher Nolan's Batman as sort of a recipe for, okay, well, this is what the Daniel Craig Bond films are going to be like the Batman films, where it's a continuing story. And I don't think they pulled it off. Like, I liked all the movies pretty well. Casino Royale is up there as one of the best Bond films ever, right? But then it kind of loses its way. Skyfall is fun. Quantum of Solace, a lot of Quantum of Solace is fun. Even Spectre is kind of fun. But then you get to No Time to Die, and I don't know. I didn't. The only scene to me in the whole movie, in fact, it may be the best single action scene in totality that feels more like Bond than any of the other Daniel Craig movies. And it's the scene with Ana de Armas. Because, oh my God, for 5 movies, Daniel Craig has been walking around acting like he hates being Bond. Like, I hate being, and again, I'm not trying to totally destroy your view or anything like that. This is just my opinion. But to me, Daniel Craig walked around in all of those movies almost being bummed out that he was Bond. And in that scene with Ana de Armas in No Time to Die, it feels like this is the first time where he's actually enjoyed himself being Bond. And then that movie happens. The rest of that movie happens. And I'm just like, I don't know. So for me, Pierce Brosnan's my favorite. Probably my second favorite would probably be Sean Connery, then Timothy Dalton, then Roger Moore. And I don't really want to count George Lazenby, but honestly, that's a damn good movie. That's in the top 5. The Honor Majesty's Secret Service is absolutely in the top 5 best Bond films. It's one of the best. And the fact that he did, man, he killed it. And yeah, that's not his voice and all that. I get that, but holy crap, he killed it. I loved that movie. I remember, I was going through all the Bond films for the first time, and I remember getting to that one and going, oh man, this one's going to be a beating, isn't it? Because some of the like Thunderball to me is a beating. I don't think that movie is very good. But anyway, and then You Only Live Twice is another one that's not great. I like Diamonds Are Forever pretty well. But You Only Live Twice is kind of like, I don't like this movie. And then Honor Majesty's Secret Service starts, and I'm like, and then he comes up and he's like, what do you expect from the other fella? And I'm like, okay, that's kind of fun. And then the movie starts, and I'm like, holy crap, this movie's awesome. It's seriously one of my favorites. And then the Roger Moore ones that's what I grew up watching on TV, like View to a Kill and Octopussy and Never Say Never Again and Spy Who Loved Me. And I love all those. They're all fun, but they don't really feel like Bond to me. I don't know how to say it. It just doesn't quite feel like it. It's too goofy. To me, it's like, I don't know. It's just too goofy for me. But they're fine. They're fine. I like them, but they're not my favorites. The Timothy Dalton ones are really pretty good. License to Kill is actually really intense and almost like, okay, you've gone too serious and too graphic. It's like a real action movie, and I like it, but it's not one of my favorites. But then, dude, GoldenEye's perfect. As far as, and it's not a perfect movie, but it's perfect in the way that I look at Bond. And I also love that mid-90s score from Eric Serra, who did The Fifth Element as well. I love that GoldenEye score. It's so good. And then you've got freaking Robbie Coltrane as that dude. You got Jodon Baker. You've got Famke Jensen. Dude, that movie's great. But anyway, sorry. Boy, I went on a thing. I wish we got the Tarantino 007 film. I wonder if we would have gotten a really good 007 film or a Tarantino movie that just happened to be called 007. You know what I mean? Like, if he could have stayed in the lines of what a Bond film should be, I think it could be really fun. But I don't know if he could do that. So, Is the ribbon so you can pull out the movie better? It's just it's built into the dude. I've never had one with a ribbon. That's freaking awesome. I love Jodan Baker. Chris, Jodan Baker is one of those actors that when I see him, I just smile because I love him. And he actually plays what's his name? The CIA Felix Leiter, right? He plays Felix Leiter in GoldenEye and maybe a couple of other ones, but he also plays the bad guy in is it Living Daylights? So he's one of the few actors that's played two different roles in different Bond iterations. But I love Jodan Baker. I think he's great. I love it. I'm a slow if that's obvious. Well, I mean, but that's the thing. I've never seen that in a thing like that. Oh, Shozama, you asked about Digibooks. Yeah, this one's a cool one. In fact, this one's up there as one of the most pristine or most premium special editions that I've ever had. Danny Glover and Chris Penn together form Chris Penn Glover. That's a good one, Bonobo Juice. That's a good one. You should hear what Mel Gibson said about Christopher Walken years ago. Jokes coming off the top rope. Booyah. Need to watch Christopher Walken in Balls of Fury. It still needs a Blu-ray release. Is that the... Yeah. Terrifying and at close range. Only second to that boat ride with Robert Wagner. I mean... And see, like, yeah, Brosnan, Stoffalks agrees with me. Johnny's all about Daniel Craig. And I mean, it's understandable. And there's no right or wrong answer. It's all opinion. And it's all about who hits you. And a lot of times, I mean, a lot of people have said your favorite Bond and Bond movie typically are the first one that you've seen in the theater. And guess what? GoldenEye is my favorite movie in the whole series. And it's my favorite Bond. So I don't know if that's true or not, but it is for me. I guess it works for me. I think all the Bonds were solid. Roger Moore was great first few movies, but at the end, dude was looking rough. Not only was he looking rough, but man, they're so goofy. Octopussy, dressing up like a clown and then View to a Kill. He's geriatric in View to a Kill. But I'll say this. I think The Spy Who Loved Me. I'm pretty sure it's The Spy Who Loved Me. Spy Who Loved Me. Yes, it is The Spy Who Loved Me. I think that's his best. I think it's Roger Moore's best. I actually really like Moonraker though. And Moonraker is goofy as hell, but I love it. I don't care. It's fun. No Time to Die is hot garbage. Yeah, I did not like it. I found Quantum of Solace to be thrilling after watching No Time to Die. I think GoldenEye was a perfect Bond movie. See? I mean, yeah. The story of how George Lazenby even became James Bond is very interesting. Oh, yeah. And that's one of the things that I did when I bought I've shown it off before, the DVD set that I own of the box sets. And it was the first, pretty sure it was the first 20 Bond films. So all the way up through Pierce Brosnan's final one. I watched all the special features, all the commentaries, all the special features in a row. And that was where I fell in love with. I love a big freaking stack of movies and I can go through everything and just learn about the movie. And that's basically what I do. That's what I've been doing. And I love it. It's so much fun. But yeah, dude, amazing. Amazing stuff. Be right back. Need to get ready for tomorrow. Shows I'm going to do the thing. I still have to go through my Criterion movies that I got in. And my huge Melvor, he's probably not here. He probably went to bed. Or he's like, dude, you're boring the hell out of me. Which I understand too. But he knows what he got me. Yeah, freaking Jodan Baker, man. My favorite Bond movie is You Only Swallow 9 Pounds of Spiders. That would be a great one. I have a K-pop album like that, I think, with a ribbon. Oh, yeah, dude, that's classy. I'm a huge Mystery Science Theater fan, and Joe Don Baker is the best. Yes. Jack Wade. Adam Russell. Yes, you're absolutely right. I apologize. I'm going to throw away my I'm a huge James Bond fan card, and I'm going to throw it in the trash because you're absolutely right. Jack Wade. I apologize. This isn't Minecraft. The guy who shoved me. What a boring. Oh, that'd be great. But hey, Vinny, what's going on? But Adam Russell, thank you. You're right. And when you're right, you're right. I've always said that. I'm going to take the Bucho joke, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to say, yeah, I've always said that when you're right, you're right. And you're right. It's Jack Wade. You're right. The theory checks out. GoldenEye for me. First movie, I was the right age, right time. GoldenEye 64 at the same time in the movie. Good stuff all around. You're not kidding, man. It's a great movie. Do you have a favorite Bond girl? Pussy Galore takes my top spot. No, for me, it's yes, I do. Famke Jensen. Back in those days? God. But no, dude, it may be. I don't remember her name. I don't remember Ava Green's character's name in Casino Royale. But dude, she is something else. And she's Vesper Lind? Is that her name? Did I just make that up? Anyway, there's something about her. She's just exotic looking and so different looking. I don't know if that makes any sense. Xenia Onatop. I'm sure you'll stay on top of things. So cheesy. But she is just luminous in that movie. I'm trying to think. There's some from the 70s that are like Barbara Bach. I don't remember her character's name. I'm like going through all the movies. Oh, you know who I don't know. I don't remember her name. I'm going to have to look it up though. Boy, that's bright. I need to move, guys. License to Kill. That's not it. License to Kill. Timothy Dalton. Thank you. Please. Carrie Lowell. There is something about her. She is incredibly, she's sexy. And to Lisa Soto, actually. But yeah, man, what a great movie. What a great movie. Okay. We need to move. Felix was eaten by a shark, though, in one of the Dalton movies. Yeah, that was License to Kill. You don't have to do Bond stream. Your passion of the movie is really showing. Lou, I love the Bond films. And again, there are some that I definitely like, less than others. But I love those movies so much. Barbara Bach would be a great Bond girl name. Or not, on second thought. Yeah, Barbara Bach. Jerome the Great says, Denise Richards, my favorite Bond girl. With the worst name, Christmas Jones. Only named that for the final line in the movie. I thought Christmas only came once a year. And I don't buy her as a nuclear physicist. I'm sorry, but I don't buy it. Okay. So since we caught up, I got to go through this pretty fast. But here are the Criterion movies that I got in the Criterion sale. The remaining, I bought 3. Remember, I showed off 3 last week, right? Well, here's the remaining 5. Yeah, I went overboard, okay? Overboard. The first movie, Howard Hughes, Hell's Angels. Actually, Shozama showed this off. And this has got Jean Harlow in it. All I know is apparently it's pre-code, and apparently there's some thrilling dogfights filmed for this, and apparently there were people that died making this movie. I don't know enough about it, but I'm really interested in and of course when I saw it was in 4K and it's a new restoration and all that stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm putting that on the wish list. So yeah, Hell's Angels, never seen it. Don't know. Could be terrible, but I got it. This one, I was trying to find out who recommended this to me because it's been in my wish list for a while, and I want to say it was Elliot from that the Boutique Blu-rays channel on YouTube, which if you're into like Criterion, Arrow, Radiance, and Eureka and Imprint and some like all the different labels, right? He does all the boutique stuff. I mean, sure, he'll dip into some studio, releases every now and then, but for the most part, it's all boutique stuff. I love his channel, and he's very soft-spoken British guy. It's a great channel. But I think he recommended this at one point, and I can't remember. But it's been in my wish list, so I got it. This is A Story of Floating Weeds and Floating Weeds. It's 2 movies. A Story of Floating Weeds came out in 1934, and Floating Weeds came out in 1959. So Story of Floating Weeds, of course, is black and white, and it's silent. It's a silent film. And Floating Weeds from 1959 is in color and in Japanese with English subtitles. Again, I don't remember why, but it sounded interesting, and so I put it in my wish list. I believed it. And so, who knows? There you go. The next movie is a movie that I got on an Errol Flynn kick, and when I saw that they were releasing Captain Blood in 4K, and I've seen many movies with Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland, so I'm all about this. And Michael Curtis is actually really I've enjoyed a lot of his movies. Robin Hood, I mean, come on, it's amazing. So yeah, Captain Blood, ready to see it. And of course, this is famous for at least if you're a Goonies fan, this is the movie that Sloth is watching. The pirate movie that Sloth is watching in the Goonies, but it's playing the music from the Don Juan, The Adventures of Don Juan. So there you go. But Captain Blood, I'm going to watch it. I'm excited for it. These next 2 are movies that I've seen. So those three releases, I haven't seen anything. These 2 I have seen. These are movies that I have been waiting to get. They've been in my wish list, and now I got them. Barry Lyndon. Now, this is 185 minutes, a 3-hour movie, and a lot of people say that this is just a slow movie, but one of the things about this movie that I really enjoyed was that he used natural lighting for almost everything, and it is gorgeous. It was a gorgeous movie when I streamed it off of HBO Max a few years ago. This is 4K, so I'm really excited to see what this is going to look like. So a lot of natural light. I think I'm just going to say it. I think Ryan O'Neal as an actor wasn't great, but I enjoyed this for the filmmaking aspect. While I watched it, I streamed it or whatever I did. I think I streamed it. So to have this as a big special edition, new 4K restoration, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Big, thick boy. So yeah, I'm excited to have this. Now this next movie is the last movie. Is some people are going to be like, oh yeah, of course. And then some people are going to be like, why'd you waste the money? Citizen Kane. I love this movie. I've seen it many times, and I want to show off to you the 70th anniversary Blu-ray that I have. It was an Amazon exclusive. But anyway, here's the 4K, and it's got a freaking ton of special features. A lot of special features that are not on the 70th anniversary Blu-ray that I have. This box set, 70th anniversary Amazon exclusive, actually came with a separate DVD of the Magnificent Ambersons, which is now also in the Criterion collection. I think I'm going to have to get that. Anyway, Citizen Kane, you got, first up in this, you get a very, very nice hardcover book. So all this cool stuff, right? Dude, I love this. And if you haven't seen this movie, I get it. There's a lot of people that watch this movie and they hate it. And I get it. It's not your typical movie. But you know what? The fact is, he was doing things that no one was doing back in 1941. It's an amazing film. Amazing. But yeah, you've got Joseph Cotten, of course, Orson Welles. So freaking, he's a captivating guy. And this is what a studio special edition used to be. Used to get stuff like this. Amazing stuff. I mean, here's the RKO. Look, you get a copy of the RKO request and authorization for engagement of artists. Here's a letter from Orson Welles, or to Orson Welles from G.J. Schaefer. Amazing. Now, and of course, Rosebud. And then what is this? Here's a separate book. This is a what do you call it? A reproduction of the theater program. Super cool. And then we're not done. The movie itself. Open it up. Right? Look at that makeup. That makeup is great. Here's the movie. And then here also is this, The Battle Over Citizen Kane, which is a documentary about all the troubles and tribulations that Orson Welles went through. Amazing stuff. And then, of course, RKO 281, which is an HBO film about him trying to get Citizen Kane made. Amazing release. So I am keeping both of these because they're amazing. They're awesome. And I love this big box set. So, yeah. So now I have the Blu-ray, the studio Blu-ray of Citizen Kane, and now the 4K from Criterion with different special features. So, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. So that's all of the Blu-rays I got. There you go. Denise Richards, they should have called her Giant Jugs. I mean, look, Denise Richards was okay. But to me, she's a lot like, and again, this is controversial. To me, she's a lot like Sydney Sweeney, where I get it. There's a whole package that I get, but I don't think she's that pretty, and I don't think she's a good actress. So, yeah. On third thought, if there was a Christmas Jones, then there can be a Barbara. Yeah, exactly. Bonobo Juice. Exactly. Buying premium Starfield, moving 4 games I haven't played to my external hard drive so I can make room for it just to start over on a game I beat like 27 times. I loathe myself. I can't even blame. Dude, Rufus. Can't even blame alcohol for my poor decisions anymore. Dude, you like what you like, and there's nothing wrong with it. Now, as I said earlier, I'm a fan of Alien. And you know who else knows that? Melvor. Melvor knows that I'm a huge Alien fan. Of course, I've got my popcorn bucket, the Alien popcorn bucket with the alien sticking out of it. He did something that when he said, "This is yours," I was like, I'm sorry, what? Really? This is mine? Overboard. It's huge. Are you ready? Dude. It's a quarter scale alien. from NECA. Warning, alien is here. But look at that crap, man. It is insane. The detail is nuts. Absolutely nuts. As seen in the movie. Really, the exciting action of Alien with the creature itself. But yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Fully adjustable. I mean, seriously, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this and where I'm going to put it. But it is absolutely insane. I thanked him up and down and was like, dude, this is too much. I can't believe you did this. Authentically detailed, retractable inner jaw. Just insane. So there you go. That is, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. I seriously don't know what to do with it. I don't know. But thank you, Melvor, for the amazing birthday gift that I in no way deserve. Just absolutely insane. Ages 17 and up. Does it say anything? Okay, it doesn't really say anything on the top except it says alien. And then on the bottom, it says, warning, alien is here. Yeah. It's insane. It's insane. So there you go. I love it. I love it, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. So there you go. I want to open the box to play with it. I kind of do too, but I don't know if I should. I don't know. Howard Hughes movies sound very interesting, intriguing. Yes, they do. And I've never seen one. To my knowledge, I've never seen one. And the first thing that I remember ever seeing that I really like, I thought, man, Howard Hughes, what an interesting person, wasn't The Aviator with Leonardo DiCaprio. It was in The Rocketeer when Terry O'Quinn plays Howard Hughes in The Rocketeer back in 93 or whatever, whenever that movie came out, which I love. The Rocketeer. Hello, in 4K, give me The Rocketeer in 4K. I love that movie. Directed by Frank Marshall, by the way. And Jennifer Connelly. Anyway, great. And Timothy Dalton. So, good movie. But yeah, I want to see more, and that's why I'm more of a fan of Captain Crip versus Captain Blood. I see you, and I know how your brain works. Hey, you guys. First few times I did not understand Citizen Kane, forced to watch it for high school, then saw many years later casually, and that movie totally works. Dude, I'm going to tell you this. As you age, I feel like I totally understood Charles Foster Kane. Here's the thing, though. What unlocked it for me, because I'd seen Citizen Kane sometime. I don't remember when I saw it. And I remember going, it was one of those movies where I'm like, okay, I get why people like it. It's not for me. But then I was like, this, in fact, I'm pretty sure I bought this around the same time that I bought Blade Runner. And I thought, okay. And I remember, in fact, I think it was the Digital Bits review of it that made me go, okay, I need to buy that. I need to buy that and go through that. Dude, I went through every bit of special features, the documentary, the Battle Over Citizen Kane, and the RKO 281 movie. And I was like, okay, I get it now. And what did it for me, though, was the commentary from Roger Ebert talking about the movie. And it made me realize what I was missing and why it was so important and why, like, a shot like this was never done before. He was the first one, and he was so young. Orson Welles was so young, breaking all the rules to make Citizen Kane. And it was just, I loved it. Never seen Kane, but I really like Casablanca. Lou, Casablanca is up there as one of, I mean, it deserves to be in the top 1% of movies ever. I can't definitively say that it's the number one movie of all time, even though I think it was voted the number one movie of all time over Citizen Kane. But man, what a great film. Great film. If Homer can work at the power plant, Denise Richards can be an engineer. I mean, you're not wrong, Shazama, but come on. Great Criterion pick. Citizen Kane, one of my faves ever since I saw it as a kid. I have that Amazon Blu-ray set. Got it super cheap on eBay, sealed with a DVD. I will get that 4K down the road. Yeah, and like I said, The Magnificent Ambersons on Blu-ray, because I have it on DVD. And I remember watching the movie going, I'm probably not going to like this. I loved it. So I want to get the Blu-ray eventually down the road. That's the gift. So sick, right? Like that is way too much. Way too much. I don't know. I want to open the box. I know. I want to open the box. I want to open the box too. Are y'all still here? Yeah, y'all are still here. Okay, I have 3 things that I want to show you. First up, the digital bits. But I wanted to show you the official Rambo 4K details and box art. Here, look. Okay, so they're releasing Lionsgate, right? Lionsgate releasing a 6-disc Amazon exclusive Stallone Rambo 4K collection on 5/26. Includes all the movies in 4K, including the theatrical and extended versions of the last 2 films. All of the films will include Dolby Vision HDR and Dolby Atmos. In addition, First Blood and Rambo 3 will also include the original English 5.1 Dolby, while Part 2 will include the theatrical 70mm 5.1 Dolby. This set will apparently address all of the various and sundry picture and sound issues that fans have flagged with previous releases on Blu-ray, DVD, and Laserdisc over the years. In terms of special features, look at all these special features, dude. Okay, this set will also include a 4K bonus disc, not a Blu-ray. That's a 100 gig disc that will include all of the legacy special features and some new features too. So here it apparently are the new features and then all of the legacy features from the various releases of Rambo. Here's what it looks like. And it went on pre-order today. $100. That's a pretty good deal. $100 for this big bad 4K set. Look at that. That's awesome. I think I might have to get it. Oh, look, it's already okay. Wait a minute. No. I think I looked it up earlier. Yeah, it's still available. If you look up Rambo 4K, $100. So it's available, just not that link. So excited. I think I kind of want to get this. So it comes out, like I said, May. What did it say? May 26th. May 26th. Which I think is pretty great. So there you go. Mr. Bond, this is our senior engineer, Giant Jugs McGee. I have the previous 4K Best Buy exclusive Rambo set. Yeah, Shazama, I'm sorry, but that's what the thing is. A couple of other things before we go. I do want to show you a couple of things. Number 1, The Boys season 5 starts tomorrow. You pre-ordered it? I think I'm gonna have to get it. Because I have I think I have the first 4. Yeah, it's weird. I have 2 Blu-rays or 2 I don't know, little sets where it has Rambo and First Blood on it, and then Rambo 2 and Rambo 3. And then I have the director's cut of Rambo, but I don't have the last one. All on Blu-ray. And so, yeah. But anyway, sorry. The Boys season 5 starts tomorrow, and it's the final season. And apparently the reviews are stellar, and they're saying it's awesome. So that's a thing. And then also this weekend, starting on Sunday, CinemaCon. Now, this is not something for fans. This is not something for the general public. This is for theaters, theater owners. The theater owners go to CinemaCon, and all the studios bring everything that basically what they're doing for the next year, and they're trying to wow the theater owners. So we're gonna get they're gonna get a look at all the upcoming stuff from the biggest studios. This is also where they tend to drop news, and they tend to drop trailers. So we may actually see the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday at CinemaCon, and it should be released to the public shortly after. Now, I am basically, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm an unabashed fan of Robert Meyer Burnett. I think he's amazing. But he and John Campea and team are going to CinemaCon. And what they do is at the end of every day, they do a live stream and basically break down everything that happened at CinemaCon. So if you're interested, starting on Sunday, I'm sure John Campea's channel will have coverage of CinemaCon. I'm very much looking forward to it. So keep your eyes peeled if you're interested. So there you go. I wanted to bring that up because, hey, you never know. You never know. You might be like, dude, I want to know what the studios are doing. And it's almost like Disney used to do that thing, the D23. I don't know if they're doing that anymore. But it was basically almost like a mini Comic-Con, but only for Disney. And it was like they would release and announce a bunch of stuff. They're going to probably announce and release a bunch of stuff this weekend at CinemaCon. Because for the studios, the theater owners are some of the most important people that you need to wow. Because these are the people that are going to be playing your movies. These are the people that are going to be booking your movies. You need to wow them. And yeah, so there you go. And Project Hail Mary was first shown, the first footage was shown at CinemaCon last year. And both John Campea and Robert Meyer Burnett came out of it going, "Oh my God, this movie's gonna be amazing," and really, really be excited. And I'm not sure if that's when I can actually tell you. I can actually tell you when I read Project Hail Mary. Yeah, I read it March 12th through March 19th of last year. Is that right? Oh, no. I read it March 12th to March 19th of 2024. So I read it 2 years ago. Wow, okay. No wonder there were things that I was like, I don't remember. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, if you're interested, keep your eyes peeled. Check it out, Rambo the Complete Steelbook Collection 4K Blu-ray. This is the one I have. Let me see. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Holy crap, $900 on eBay? $600? Holy crap. Wow. You know what? I actually used to have this set, and I traded it in. This DVD set right here, the green one. I used to have that. I mean, that is amazing, Shozama, for sure. But I mean, according to according to them, a lot of the problems that they had on previous releases, they're gonna fix it. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I saw that set and I was like, ooh, $100. I need to own it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, by the way, I didn't notice this before or show this off, but the Citizen Kane, the Blu-ray set. Okay, you can't. It's not showing up. Those are puzzle pieces. It's got this feeling, and it's puzzle pieces. Oh, there you go. There you go. You can see it. Puzzle pieces. Super cool, man. And then even on the back. Look at that. Dude, that is some attention to detail right there, baby. I love that set. And I'll never get rid of it. I think that's so cool. I knew I had to have it. That's right. Embossed or beveled or something. I think it's bossed. Or, I don't know. Whatever recent movie Rambo when he fought Mexican cartels. That was Rambo, I think. I like that dance you did. I mean, I don't know what that was. I can't duplicate it. But so here's the deal. That's it for the show. So now it's time to jump over to Discord. And it's a good thing because I have to pee. Oh, it was Last Blood? Oh, okay. Was it? Oh, yeah. Because Rambo was the one with... It was in Vietnam or Thailand? Thailand? I can't remember. I mean, I liked it. I just don't remember it. I don't remember that one because I think... Yeah, the only one I have the director's cut of Rambo, not John Rambo. Randbo? How about that Rambo? Rambo. I don't know what that was. But yeah. First Blood is the only good Rambo movie. I mean, Glenn, you're probably not wrong. In fact, I'm just going to say it. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think First Blood is, oh my God, so good. You know, it's so good. But I say that's completely wrong. Well, I mean, I'm going to say some of them are watchable. I don't think Rambo 3. I think Rambo 3 may be the worst one. I can't remember. It's been so long since I watched it. Watched them. But I really enjoyed. Oh, that's right. That's right, because I have Rambo and First Blood in a little Blu-ray collection, and then I have the director's cut of Rambo as a separate release because it's a director's cut. So I bought that separate. That's it. And then I don't own the last one. So there you go. But anyway, hey, guys, thank you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for basically just chilling and talking about cool stuff, fun stuff. Thank you for watching me show off things. It's fun. I really, I know I say it all the time, but I really do enjoy doing the stream. It's just a lot of fun. And so I'm glad that you guys are along for the ride. So I appreciate you guys. So jumping into the Discord now. Hey, Nightbot, you mind posting the Discord link? There you go. Thank you, Nightbot. If you're interested, you can join the Discord. It's basically like the show, only in text form. That's not right. That's not true. Because I don't honestly, lately, I haven't been on the Discord nearly as much as I have before, and it's just because there's a lot going on right now, a lot of stuff going on. Nothing ominous, nothing dangerous, nothing. Everything's fine. It's just I got a lot going on right now. So I haven't been on the Discord as much lately, but at the end of every show, at the end of every stream till midnight, we go over into the Discord and we sit there and we hang out and we talk and we basically talk about all the things that we can't talk about on YouTube. And sometimes it's almost like we continue the show, only you can just ask me directly, and it's fun. And a lot of times I'll just sit back and let the guys go, let Rufus and Justin just run it. But no, everybody, it's a good time. It's a good time. And if you want to come hang out, you can come hang out. If you don't want to, hey, that's fine too. And you don't even have to turn on a camera or turn on a mic. You can just come in and hang out with us. And you can just chat there's a chat thing too. And you can just hang out and do the thing. And it's fun. So you should do that. If you want. If you don't want, then I'm not going to make you do it. But if you want to do it, then you totally should do it because it's America.
Yo!
See? There's Rufus right there. Bam. Bam. But y'all have a great time. Yeah, no delay. Yeah, I don't have to get caught up in chat. I can just listen to what you say and then respond to it. That's a thing. Here's that one where Rambo has to win custody of his kid by arm wrestling. I know. Rambo the top. Rambover the top. That was terrible. That's terrible, and I apologize. And you know what? I don't apologize. It's my show. I can be as cheesy as I want. I'm an old man now. Anyway, y'all have a great one, and we'll see you on the next one. Here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. I don't know about next week. But we'll see. So we'll talk later. How about that? We'll
You're
talk
not
later.
allowed to not stream. What are you talking about?
Rufus, I'm trying to end the stream, damn it.
Bah!
Bye.